terrible.
it's all the apps and the updates. There's not.
It's
I've not
updates,
missed a
and
single
that's what I
thing.
meant. It's all just updates. That's fucking awful. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's my
I
life.
think my phone has more storage space than your computer.
God damn.
Yeah, so James is gonna be helping me out. Like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that shit. We're gonna see what deals we can find, and he's gonna help me build my own. What do you call it? Tower? Is that what you'd actually call it there?
Yes, it's a tower.
Damn it.
All right. So you wanted to go over that with them, like what the structure of the podcast is gonna be like.
Oh yeah. Because did we figure that out? Did we figure out what's going on with that?
Yeah, we're gonna play it hard and loose in terms of
You mean
format.
fast and loose?
No, I mean hard and loose. Yeah.
All right, that's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's fine. I'm down with that.
it's
That was
fine.
what I wanted. That was what I wanted. I'm not even gonna argue with you.
You're not-
So you're not gonna do the thing about the. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
uh,
Hey guys, welcome back to the DADCast. I'm your host James. I've got my buddies Claude, Skylar, and George. Say hi, guys.
I fucking love how you told us we were starting.
Yeah.
yeah, that was pretty good. I had no idea what was going on. I was about to say a sentence, and then you started your intro, and I was like, "Wait, is this real? Are we live?"
This is real. It is real, actually. Yes, we've been streaming for like the past minute.
Oh, god
cool.
damn.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
That's what we call a rolling start. It's an official podcast term. The rolling
Fucking
start.
I think that's like
Alright.
just like a media term in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rolling start.
Or like that amazing EPO opening.
Oh
Rolling
yeah,
Co.
EPO. Well
That's
known
really
EPO. Yeah.
That's the best EPO opening, by the way. I'll fight
Oh,
anyone
yeah?
who disagrees with me.
So, oh my god. Fucking George.
It's not me this time.
It's not me either.
George. It's George. It's 100% George. I'm having to drown George out by talking and saying his name repeatedly. So everybody, I'd like you to introduce yourselves. Skylar, say hi.
I'm Skylar. That's me. Hello.
Okay, now Claude.
Chocolate Thunder coming at you.
Okay, and George.
Hello.
Hey. I swear, none of y'all motherfuckers have decent microphones except for maybe Claude. Maybe Claude.
Huzzah!
Meanwhile, I spent $50 on a new headset just so I can not have to have my fucking volume constantly at 100%.
Yeah, get fucked.
Yeah, right, dude. Okay, so real talk before we get into our weeks, because we're gonna do a round of weeks first, and then we'll kind of just do our thing. So my headphones that I currently have, I've had for 2 years now. They're some Turtle Beach, what are they? They're the Turtle Beach Stealth 500p. They're some Bluetooth headphones with a microphone that's attachable, and it works fine. It does good. It does maybe 30 feet of Bluetooth range, as long as there's no microwaves or anything nearby. Because then, if that happens, you're fucked, and your audio just goes all crinkly. I've had them for about 2 years now, and both ears are almost completely separated. Their plastic is gone. I have to shove them back into their holes, and they're just hanging by a wire now. So I spent $50 on a new pair of they're called autism or some shit. There's just some European brand that is
pretty
more
autism.
supposed to be the audiophile type, similar to Bose and that other brand. Are you fucking typing?
That's me. I'm typing. I'm sorry.
Stop fucking typing.
I'm sorry. Someone just said that Love Live and Auto Master are the same, so I had to
Fucking
correct
ignore them.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ! Stop making my
Off to
job
a
harder.
frolicking start here.
It's really good.
Holy shit!
Now I'm waiting for my turn.
God. Anyway, so I'm waiting for those to show up on Monday. I can't wait to have them so I can actually control my volume again. I've missed that ability for a while now. Anyway, Claude, what was your week like?
So I've actually done a few things. Unlike last time where I was like, I didn't remember anything I fucking did. So based off the recommendation of two people in this podcast, I watched Neo Yokio.
Mm.
And good God, Jaden Smith and his love interest terrorist are the most fucking terrible voice actors I could imagine.
Is she a love interest?
Kind of, maybe. They went out before.
They hooked up
I don't know.
once before the actual events of the show.
I don't think they actually went out. I think they just fucked. I think that was just it.
They mentioned that they had hooked up one time prior to the actual episode.
Now, did they use the word hook up?
Yes, Jaden Smith, the voice actor.
Jaden Smith knows what hook up means.
Jaden's like our age, so I believe he does.
Yes, but he also is like not a human being, and he's like an alien
not
from another
Zuckerberg.
planet.
He's not Zuckerberg. He's
not a robot like Zuckerberg, but Jaden Smith is like he's like an alien man.
Sweet summer
Wait,
alien.
I gotta know,
child.
where did this Zuckerberg robot thing start? Because I heard you guys mention it before, but I don't know the origin.
It's just Zuckerberg. If you like edit any small part of his eyes or face, like he looks like an alien.
Well, it's also he just says weird things occasionally. He comes across really awkward a lot of the time.
Yeah, like he wants you to give him your health tracking data. Remember? Remember?
Yeah, he needs you to.
I remember
send you
something
your,
weird.
Your human genomes.
Yeah, share your
He's a
genome.
very
I'm gonna
awkward-
share your genome.
Give me all of your information, human.
Well, access to your genomes.
So you watched Neo
Pretty
Yokio,
much.
Claude, and how was it?
I mean, I didn't enjoy it. You guys enjoyed the trash in it. There's parts that I legitimately enjoyed, like that fucking little gremlin at the end. But like, get back in the robot, Shinji. It's like, no, it's stuffing in there.
No,
like
I don't want to.
Like she sounds like one of those like terrible NPCs you walk by in one of the Fable games. So I appreciated that.
That's good. That's a good one.
And then, fuck. One of the things that caught me off guard, I'm like, this is what magic's become. Like when there was like, hey, Dark Age wizards and witches, we normally know them for doing badass shit. No, in this one they use their almighty magic powers to fucking shoo away rats.
No,
like that's
to catch rats.
lore.
They're rat catchers.
That's even worse, man.
It is.
I mean, at least it was good world building, though.
It's like Ghostbusters did
That's
some cool
not good
shit. Now
world
imagine
building.
that, but they could only catch rats.
You know what is a good world building is all the times they mention other cities that either are or aren't mixtures of two cities together, like Neo Yokio is, you know, like New York and Tokyo. But then they just mention like some like I think like California, like they mentioned LA or something, and that's just a normal city.
Yeah, no, Neo Yokio is the only one. Who is the actual target audience of this?
That's the thing that confuses me the most. I have no fucking clue.
Digibro.
It's really
The answer
it
is
really
Digibro.
you know what it feels like?
No,
it
that's not
feels
the
like
answer at all.
they really tried to make like an abridged series with a budget. That's kind of what it feels like.
It
Yeah,
feels
in this
like-
area it does.
It feels like they wanted to, like, because it feels like it's a parody of itself at times, and it's like I kind of like that about it. It's almost like I feel like I can like it. Like I feel like it's self-aware enough a lot of the time about how ridiculous it is, but at the same time, there's so much stuff in it that I like have no idea who it's there for. Like all the stuff about fashion and how important fashion is in the series.
It's for I think it's for rich kids.
Yeah. So it's like it almost feels like it's for like an audience of people that's like cares a lot about like modern fashion and the plight of the rich man or something.
Yeah.
And like, you know, like I like obviously I feel like the main character at least takes a little bit of inspiration from, you know, Jaden Smith's real life in that
Yeah.
he's like the son of
God.
a guy who's super like he's like an heir to like a really important family name or some shit, and he like doesn't want anything to do with it.
The best of the rat catchers.
Yeah.
There was things that stuck out to me more than others. Like that, I'm like, huh, that's all right. Well, whatever. Like the episode specific with like his friends jumping in the pool and one becoming a woman. That episode made me really uncomfortable.
Yeah, that was
Like
that was a
how
weird.
hard he was fucking skeezing on his friend. and he
Yeah.
kissed his friend. Like, there's so much that happened.
Yeah, that episode. Spoilers, by the way, for Neo Yokio.
Spoilers for a series you shouldn't watch.
I would say you should watch it.
Well, watch it
No.
ironically, like me.
Yeah,
That's how you have the most fun watching.
you should watch it so you can talk about it while also knowing what you're talking about.
No one should talk about this.
And
This should die and be forgotten.
What I think is really important to mention is that it was animated by Studio Dean in Production IG of like standalone complex, like Ghost in the Shell,
Yeah.
and Studio Dean who did like Konosuba.
Yeah, dude, okay, it's okay. So
Yeah.
you guys saw the intro part I'm talking about, right? Where Jaden's character Kaz does like the henshin pose.
Henshin a go-go, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
it looks like
it
it
is
actually had
actually
animation
henshin a
budget.
go-go baby. That's the exact pose. He even
But-
sticks his
but-
tongue out.
Yeah, but the
That's-
thing about that it confuses me is that Nyokyo looks like budget episodes of like Static Shock from like
Oh,
2002.
God.
It reminds me more of the character art actually reminds me more of Kappa Mikey.
Okay, I see that.
That's too low. That's too low.
I think that
No,
might be
it's
too
not.
much. But
It's like if
Kappa
Kappa
Mikey
Mikey had
had
like
no budget.
a little bit more of a budget. But like
Yeah.
animation quality wise, like conversations look like Kappa Mikey conversations.
yeah,
where
no,
mouth flaps
that
are
I
just
see.
happening.
Yeah, I
Character
see that.
designs look like Static Shock though. Like
Yeah.
the MC looks like Static Shock, but with pink hair.
Yeah.
He's just a black guy with dreads. That's the only thing.
No, but they both have like the similar builds too.
Yeah.
They have like a
a
weird they have different
teenage-ish
face
black guy
structure.
build. Like, it's...
Black
but
all
it's like-
black guys look like
All
that.
black guys look the same. No, but
Haven't you played any game with a character creator that the race is black? We don't look that much different, apparently.
apparently not. You guys only have 3 hairstyles.
Look,
Yeah,
look,
afro,
hey
bald,
guys,
or
hold on,
cornrows.
guys.
Or
I've played
cornrows,
Dark
yeah.
Souls. I know your skin is just a weird shade of green.
Yeah.
With fucking Mr. Popo lips and shit in
Yeah,
Dark
Mr.
Souls, especially.
And your giant fat cheeks also apparently.
I think the worst I'd ever seen, I'm not sure if anyone else here had played Mass Effect Andromeda, but I was like, all right, I'm going to make a black guy as always. And
Why?
I don't even
Why
think
would
they
you
had
make
a
a black guy,
standard
Claude?
fade. Because I'm a black guy.
Why
What?
why would you put yourself on the hardest difficulty like that?
Oh man, I did that in South Park. I've noticed that so far. I'll go into that in a bit. But I was like, all right, let me make a black guy. They don't even have a generic fade. The afro was ridiculous. Like, what's her name? Foxy Cleopatra from Austin Powers. Like, it's a ridiculous afro. So I'm like, no. And then there's just nappy hair. I'm like, God damn it. I guess I have to do nappy hair. Don't have any black hairstyles in
What?
the game.
Did you not want to be like the girl from Catherine with the giant Ishtar with the giant hair?
Oh God, no.
Good character. It's a good character design.
The last note I have on that series is, why do they make it seem like it was really normal to have a giant robot to have around you, but he was the only person in the entire series who ever had one?
Well, he's the
Maybe
only one we
because he's
saw,
like a
but there
rich-
is like a mecha like garage. We know that that's a thing that they
Yes,
have in
but
town.
he's the only one. No, you see another one at the very end. I'm not going to do any more spoilers for this series because I want to ruin the lore and the
No,
the
no, but I'm
majesty
saying,
of
like,
Neo
they-
Yokio.
Like he's the only one we see have one, but we do know it is widespread because there's widespread enough for a business to like make a garage just for mecha. So, because in that same episode where the
they
creepy
get too
stuff
much into
happens,
this show. I think they just wanted there to be a mecha garage because robots exist. I don't think Jaden Smith knows what world building is.
No.
well, no,
I mean,
But-
he wasn't in charge of the story. He was just like a factor of. I think it was like
It
the script
felt like
written
he
by-
was in charge of the dialogue.
Wasn't
Yeah.
the script story written by that dude from Vampire Weekend?
Yeah, it was like a dude from a band.
Yeah, his name's like Ezra or something like that. I can't remember.
But yeah, that was all on that one. The next thing I watched in tandem because I need to watch something good is Ghost Stories.
Oh,
who
yeah,
here
that's a
knows
good
about
one.
that?
Ghost Stories
I've
is
always
great.
wanted to watch that.
Web Stories
It's
dub is
legendary.
10 out of
It's
10.
legendary. Yeah, so for the people who don't know about this, there's an anime called Ghost Stories. It came out in Japan originally as, 95% of anime do, exception of Neo Yokio. That technically counts. But what was it? They took it super seriously when they did it, and it actually fell on its face really hard. So when it came time for the dub, they were like, "Look, man, this thing bombed. Do what you guys want. The only stipulation is you have to use the names of the ghosts and the same way we beat the ghosts. Other than that, you have 100% free reign on the dialogue." And then the voice actors.
I thought the original. I think it's like a misconception or something that it flopped in Japan. I think that it was like they didn't think it would sell well in America because we have no fucking clue what the folklore is.
Oh, was that what it was?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, I said
guys,
yes, but
I have an important question: red paper or blue paper?
What?
what?
Are you high?
That's from a fucking episode of Ghost Stories, you cunt.
I'm sorry, I don't remember every line
It's the
of Ghost
fucking
Stories.
best episode. It's the one
I've
where the
seen
ghost
4
is in the.
episodes. Fucking crawl up your ass and die.
Yeah.
Crawl
That's
up
it's
your
the
own ass
ghost
and
porta
then-
potty, where he asks you if
I
you want
haven't-
red paper or blue paper, and depending
Oh
on
God! Now I remember that.
and depending on
Okay,
which color
okay.
you pick, it determines the way you die.
And you say
See-
yellow paper, and then it's like, oh no, it's actually worse if you don't tell him what paper you want.
Yeah.
Like
See,
the paper
the
he
best
gives you.
episode is the one with the track star. That one's the
That
best
one I haven't seen yet. I'll
I think
get to
that's
that.
one of the early ones where it's like a ghost that like makes you run, and they're
No.
they're trying to train the young kid so he can win at like the school festival. And there's that whole bit where it's like, run like you're being chased by a big black man.
Oh right.
And then he falls down and it's like, I guess he's not racist.
No, I haven't seen that one yet. The last one I saw was the one with the piano ghost. It's like if you hear it symphony 4 times, you die. No, like that show's stellar. That's a great dub. Best girl needs you to love Jesus.
Yes, correct. That is the correct answer.
She's not best girl though.
Shut up.
For sure, best girl.
No, she's not.
Best girl confirmed.
No, she's not. This is my show, and I determine that she
This
is
is-
not best girl.
James
made
owns
the
Ghost
show?
Stories.
Jake, you're a Kevin Spacey apologist. I'm not gonna take that from
Fuck
you.
you. You're a George Takei fanboy, so fuck off.
I am not. I've done no such
You
thing.
probably watch Louis C.K. masturbate. Let's be honest.
I think that
And
you
you
actually
haven't?
watched that several times in the show Louis. So anyone who's watched Louis has seen Louis C.K. masturbate a couple times, probably.
But who here?
Context.
Does
But
talk
Claude
about it and
probably
do it a lot.
masturbates to Louis C.K. masturbating.
You can't prove that I do.
Yeah, I do. All right, guys, time for my reveal of the Project DD that I've been talking about, where I reveal
we're doing this in
Claude
the middle of my
masturbating
week?
to Louis C.K.
You're
masturbating.
gonna expose me now?
You're live on stream. We expose your balls live.
Oh God, that would be horrible.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, she is best girl. Everything
No,
she
she's
says
not. The
is
spunky
like,
redhead.
up.
What? No.
Up.
Yeah.
No.
What's wrong with
Love
her?
Jesus, though.
Yeah,
There's,
fuck
there's nothing wrong
Jesus.
with her, but she doesn't want you to love Jesus.
Yeah, like she's very strong about it. My favorite line
What is
so
the-
far is they were talking about praying, and she's like, or like some ghost would like curse you, but it would grant like your wishes. And I think the dialogue line was like, if you want something to happen to you, you just need to pray and not be Muslim or Jewish.
Yeah, yeah. I think the best part of that character is that occasionally she'll let a line loose where it's like she used to be like in the mob or some shit. Like she used to
Like,
be
oh,
like
I
in
need to
a,
get back
like
on pills.
like she was in a gang or something, and she's like a born again Christian. So she's talking about like pimps and like like gotta respect the backhand, and it's
What the
great.
fuck?
Oh man, I need to
It's
get more
super
into that. I need
good.
to see that because the line that sold me on her so far was the main character was like my mom basically came to terms with the fact that her mom looked like a lesbian in her picture, and then the Jesus girl came through and she's like, oh, and the girl thought she was gonna say something about her mom looking like a lesbian. She's like, don't say it. She's like, I've seen her before. And the redhead girl's like, wait, where? She's like, she was at the homosexuality conversion camp I worked at. I was like, okay, that's pretty good.
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Because
I've
there's also
never
that joke
seen
in the
this
same
anime.
episode.
This sounds great.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
fucking stellar.
it's amazing. I think in that same episode they made a joke about how all school principals look like
Look
lesbians.
like lesbians. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do
That's pretty
though.
good.
They do. Like, let's be
But
honest.
no,
They do.
it's true. It's true. I can confirm that this is a true fact.
Wait, were one of the principals at our high school fucking a lesbian?
No, they were all I think all of them were men. Like all like there's like the one VP that was a woman at our high school, but she was like, you know, she didn't give off any vibes, if you know what I mean.
I'll be honest, I was attracted to many members of our faculty back at the high school. Some of them were pretty alright.
I don't even want to get. Okay, never mind. I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
No, let me tell you in vivid detail, please.
Let us not. We shouldn't gloss over that. Or
Yeah, I only got like.
Continue on. Talk
Hold on,
about
I'm
got,
gonna take
like,
my
two more
pants
things.
off. They're getting really tight all of a sudden.
Is James actually Louis C.K.?
Oh fuck, my dogs are barking.
He pulls off the mask. He's like, "Oh,
I was
me.
Louis C.K. the whole time.
I made
Then
those
just
women look
starts
at my penis."
masturbating.
But James, how could you be Doug unfunny and also Louis C.K. at the same time?
It's just fucking yin and yang, man.
It's my dark
But
side. Louis C.K. is my dark
No one
side.
expects it.
Louis C.K. is your dark phoenix. You
Yeah.
can't control it. All right.
If I
wait,
go into my
is
Louis C.K.
Louis
mode,
C.K.'s
I
dark
whisper,
penis his
"No more
penis?"
masturbation."
we can probably build around that. I'm not sure.
Hold on
I'm
a
pretty
second. George,
sure-
say something.
I'm pretty sure Louis C.K.'s dark phoenix is his penis.
Hold on. I need everybody to shut up, but George. George, say something.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What?
You weren't like you're being a little quiet on my end, so I'm just making sure your audio is okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to ignoring everything George was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So
Last
back-
couple things. Huh?
So back to your week, Claude.
So Skylar could probably weigh in on this one too. I started watching something called, I believe it's pronounced like, was it Juji Tyson, Zodiac War?
Junie Tyson, yeah.
Yeah. So
I actually haven't been watching it, but I know vaguely what it is. But anyway.
I mixed feelings. Overall, I'm enjoying it. The first episode is the most edgelord bullshit I've seen in a long time. Like, good God, when like
Good
how
God,
like
Lemon.
It's really funny that you say that because the same season there's like one other show that is
with
like
the Nazis.
yeah, Desiree. That one is like literally about Nazis that escaped and live in a city that is like has a castle that has a giant skull on it. So it's like
Subtle.
It's not as high up as that.
Are we the
It's
baddies?
Are we the bodies? We've got.
It's not as high up
skulls.
as that. This one's it has the worst character designs I have like almost ever seen. Some of these characters look terrible.
Yeah, some of them look pretty bad.
Like,
The bunny dude looks awful.
he is the worst looking, and he is also the most dangerous of all of them.
Yeah, I know. He fucking that's the shit. I can't believe he's sticking around for so long. Fuck that guy.
James, I don't know if you want to look that up so people can see it,
What?
but I will describe it.
He's like
Basically,
Usagi. Look up Usagi from Junie Tyson.
as far as how he looks, imagine a guy, pretty pale skin. The whites of his eyes are all black. His pupils are red. He has bunny ears on his head.
This guy.
Yeah, he wears this
He
little
looks
steel
terrible.
suspenders, and he has a bunny tail. And, like
He's
looks
basically
terrible.
like wearing like a male stripper outfit, but he also looks like a dude that like wants to kill you and then have sex with your corpse.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, he's,
I'm kind of okay with that. I'm okay with that
I don't
part.
know.
Wait.
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know about that. He also can like turn you into a zombie after he kills you or something.
yeah, that's when I got interested in the show, because like it showed that they have like powers outside of just being good fighters. Because the whole point of the show is like, all right, it's a death game. You win, you get any wish you want. So that's why like
That's
they have
Death
one
Game.
person representing like everyone from different parts of the Zodiac.
Wait, he
And
wears
some-
heels?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wears heels. I forgot about that part.
I have a friend.
Um,
Oh wait, Claude, we both have a friend that would really enjoy this character design.
I think I might know who you're talking about.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Name begins
But,
with an S.
Wait, what?
What?
I introduced you to them.
You think she'd like that?
I know for a fact she would.
All right. Well, she might listen to this later, so she'll know who she is.
Yep.
The last
Great.
thing.
Audience callouts. What's up, people in the audience? Do you
What's
like
up?
Juni Tyson?
This is on
Tell
James.
me,
I'm not
tell
trying
me
to do
why
this.
you want to fuck Usagi.
Come join the podcast and tell me about how you want to fuck Usagi.
So the
All
last
four
thing I
people that
did-
are gonna watch this, it's gonna be sick. You'll all know who you are.
Absolutely.
So I mentioned it to James before, but I played Echoes on the PS4. That's the last thing noteworthy I did with my week. Does anyone else here know about it, really?
I do not.
Nah.
What?
Also, wait, can I say one thing about Juni Tyson before we move on completely?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Because I haven't actually seen the show, so I can't even vouch for it at all. But the one thing that I think is kind of interesting, based on it, what I know about it is that it's actually being written by Nisio Isin, who, if you know, he's a pretty popular light novel author who writes the Monogatari series books and all those things basically. And
Mhm.
I am kind of interested in watching it just because he has this super unique style that he does that I want to see how it would even translate over into a death game kind of story, because he's only written he wrote the Zaragoto series, which is a murder mystery that's kind of kind of like Clue, where all the people in a house who killed the person, but everyone in the house is a super genius, and that's what the book series is about. And then Monogatari is just like bullshit in a town with characters talking in rooms. So I have no idea how he'd even write a death game style series. So that's
Pretty
kind of
interesting so far. I'll say that it is interesting. Last thing was Echoes PS4. I mentioned it to James. It's on PS4 and PC. The way it works is so I'll say off the bat, it was made on a budget. They did not have a lot of money, and you can tell that to an extent. But at the same time, they use that to their benefit. The only character model in the entire game is your character's character model. What happens is you need to go into this vault in the middle of this massive planet to do. I don't remember a lot of the details in the story because unfortunately I was in chat with someone and they were talking over when part of the story was going. So I'll go back and play those bits again. But basically, you need to get to the center of it to try and do something to resurrect someone you care about. And you're going through this pristine palace. It looks like it was machine made because everything looks very organized on how it was done. You keep going through, and then it does something where it's what happened? Did it scan me or something? Something just happened. Whatever. And you keep going on, and then you just start you've seen nothing in it so far, and you see these black smears on the floor, and your character's mentioning stuff about it. And I was all right, well that's weird. And then it keeps swapping between lights being on and lights being off. When each section lasting for about maybe 30 seconds. Each time the lights turn back on, the black smears get larger and larger until they become these things are kind of slowly moving. I'd say about the size of a very small dog is when they start moving around. And you're okay, this is kind of worrying. And the more you go forward, they become larger and larger until they're actually standing and whatnot. And it got to a point where my skin was actually crawling, dealing with the shit. I was this feels really uncomfortable. I don't like this. And after enough cycles, they all look like you. And you're wait, what? And you go up to one and it tries to choke the shit out of you. You push it out, you can kill it. You have a gun. The gun works off charges. At first you have one charge in your gun,
Wait,
so you
what
have
game
one
is this?
Echoes.
Echoes.
Oh, is this the mansion one?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And you have one charge. The gun will charge over time, but you can do stuff to make it so your gun has more charges. But these things are fucking everywhere, and they are constantly. Their only goal is to kill you, but you need to make it forward. The thing is, every time you do something in the light cycle, when the lights are on, you'll see this after image of yourself. If you hop over a little wall. If you open a door, you'll see an after image of yourself. And then night cycle happens. And during the next day cycle, everything you did, the clones can do. They can do everything you did in the last cycle. So there's points where I was running around and I like shot one of the clones because I was like, all right, let me run and gun. Let me see how hard this gets. That game is impossible if you do that. Because the next cycle, they were sprinting like madmen at me and shooting me, and there was nothing I could do to stop them.
Good fucking
They
job.
only remember what you did on the very
Sounds good.
last light cycle. So if you do a lot of bullshit on one light cycle, and the next light cycle they learn it, and you don't do anything but you hide from them, and it goes to the next cycle again, they'll forget everything because they only remember the very last cycle. Like one of the bits that got me, I was like, oh man, this is good. There's an area where you go into where there's like a bunch of water on the floor, and they're like all in like little islanded areas, and they're just staring at you. They're trying to get to you, but they don't touch the water, and you have to walk through the water to get around them. Then the night cycle comes once you get something, and the day cycle starts again, and you look down the area you need to walk through again, and they're just casually strolling through the water because they learned how to do that from watching you.
That's
like,
cool.
That sounds
That
fucking
sounds
cool.
interesting.
It's fun as shit. It's like a $30 game. It's been very tense. Like that game is a hard game. I will tell you right now. Like, someone else used this quote. I mean, I'll use it again myself. Like, it's this weird thing where it's like a resource management game, but the resources you're managing are your gameplay mechanics because you're actually worried that the more you do, the more capable they become.
That's fucking cool.
So is the day-night cycle on like a timer or?
At first, it's like scripted. Like when the things first start progressing. But once you hit a certain stride, it's hard to tell because I try not to stay in one area too long because they do roam. Like say you open the door in the last cycle because you had to, they will roam from door to door, walking around, actively looking around.
Ah, okay.
So I tend not to wait somewhere and risk them walking in and finding me.
That's good.
But yeah, that's about it for my week.
Okay. Skylar, how was your week?
Fuck
off, George. How was your week?
Well, I saw Thor Ragnarok, and that
more than
shit
anything
was
I had in
good.
my week.
George hasn't talked a lot, so I want George in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Thor Ragnarok. It was really good Thor movie, an even better Hulk movie. Because pretty much they're just saying they pretty much came out and said that Hulk is gonna have pretty much a 3-movie arc, and they're just gonna dedicate a piece of a movie to building him as a character, and they did really well in this movie.
Okay.
I'm hoping that they go for World War Hulk, but
that's not.
I
Gonna
also
be a thing.
feel like
that's not even in the list of things.
If they do World War Hulk, though, we might get the scene where Hulk does an elbow drop on Ghost Rider so hard that he knocks the spirit of vengeance out of Johnny Blaze's body.
Wait, he does that? How the
He
fuck
does.
Yeah,
does
it's
that
fucking
work?
sick.
Hulk fucks. Hulk
he does
hard
an
fucks
elbow drop
everybody.
off of a building, and he crushes Ghost Rider so hard that he kills him, and the spirit of vengeance pops out of his body, and the spirit of vengeance looks at him and then just drives away on his motorcycle because it's not worth it. He just leaves. He just fucks off. It's rad.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Yo, the Hulk just destroys everybody in that story. He not only just beats the shit out of everybody, damn near single-handedly, because there are like 5 other guys there with him, but they like handle like D-list heroes and stuff, so it's not really noteworthy. But like at the end, spoilers for World War Hulk, by the way, he just like he pretty much enslaves all of the Earth superheroes, and they have to fight in a gladiatorial.
It's like a revenge movie.
Yeah.
It's not even something where like he like snuck up on him. No, he went for the big dogs first. Like he made sure, like he was like, I got my hit list. Fuck you, Black Bolt. Was Black Bolt one of the first people he went for?
Oh my god, he fucked Black Bolt so hard.
Yeah, Black Bolt was he like literally like murders Black Bolt on the moon or something.
He doesn't murder him. He comes damn near close because like Black Bolt was like. Black Bolt just pretty much told him, I don't want you here, just leave, right? Because like Black Bolt's powers, if you don't know, is like he talks, and when he talks, he can like fucking shatter cities and shit,
he can whisper and shatter a mountain. Like he's that ridiculous.
Yeah. He's fucking OP, right? And like he does it to the Hulk, and it looks like the Hulk's actually just getting his ass beat. And then to like the final panel where it's like, I didn't come here to hear you whisper, I came here to hear you scream. And then the next thing you just see Black Bolt's just fucking destroyed body. It's good shit.
There's
is the continuity Planet Hulk that leads to World War Hulk, or
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
okay, so I have to read
Yeah.
Planet Hulk first to get to.
You don't have to, but it's really good if you do. Because I
Yeah,
read
because
World
Hulk.
first.
Yeah. World War Hulk is cool.
It's
I think
it's like one of the top
isn't there
things.
a bit in World War Hulk where he's like beating up like the D-list superheroes that they sent to kill him or whatever, and he's like talking and he's talking about how he doesn't even know who they are.
Oh my god.
It's pretty good.
Yo, the thing about it is, like, the thing I like about Marvel when they do events, they have a thing where it's like they have all their stories kind of like crossover. Like when Civil War was happening, there was an X-Men Civil War, there was like Inhuman Civil War and all that. They did the same thing for World War Hulk. He legit just there's like a whole comic dedicated to him visiting the X Mansion and just destroying everybody there. And like Colossus tries to fight him, he literally just twists his arms up like a pretzel. And the last part where you see like everybody after he leaves, because like he realizes like the mutants are like in low number, because they always are, I guess. They're always an endangered species, yet they're always being oppressed. I don't know. It's very weird. And they just the last part of the panel, you just see everybody crowded around, and Colossus's hands are just still tied up, twisted as a pretzel. Great, I love it.
Are you trying to say that X-Men don't always have the best writing?
They don't. They do not.
Damn.
Especially
There
modern
are a handful of good
Marvel
stories.
comics.
But
Any story revolving around Cyclops can fuck right off.
Cyclops did
Really,
nothing
though.
wrong.
Cyclops did everything wrong.
Cyclops is a cuck.
Cyclops.
No,
Yes, he is.
Cyclops isn't a cuck. Cyclops
Really is.
cucks.
Yeah,
Cyclops
he's
cucked
both.
his dead
mean,
wife.
He's
I
both.
will I will
Girls
give
than
him
he
this.
should, and I don't like
He
it.
does. He does.
He has
does
been
get the top
NTR'd,
tier.
and he is the NTR. So it has happened both ways.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense to me that a man like who knows his girlfriend comes back to life like almost bi-weekly will cheat on her regularly.
Well, he was
Like,
hypnotized
no,
with that one
Okay.
part.
With that one, it's happened like 7 times.
Okay, the one where he's standing on her grave and kissing Psylocke or whoever it is. That one.
So I can't make him do that.
I think
no,
that's.
yes, you can.
No,
I
Emma
think-
Frost can do that.
Emma Frost.
Yeah.
It was Emma Frost. He's making out with Emma Frost. She's like actually like hypnotizing him or something during that part.
She fucking.
Wait, does Emma Frost have mental mind powers? I thought she could like turn
Yeah,
herself into Diamond or something.
She has both.
She's super OP. The movies do her no justice. She's
What
like
the
she can
fuck?
do the diamond thing. She's also like the world's second best telepath. It's between her, Jean Grey, and Professor.
Well, there's
X.
Xavier's son who's the actual strongest telepath, but we won't go into that.
I mean, yeah. Has anyone seen
That's
his show?
fucking
By the way?
stupid.
No,
I have not, but I
fuck
heard
him.
it got a second season.
I heard it's really good.
Yeah.
I want to check it out. But
What's the show called?
Legion. It's on.
I was
FX.
really hoping you wouldn't
Yeah.
remember it.
Oh yeah, I actually heard that's supposed to be really good. Actually, that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. I still have not seen a single episode.
Same.
But,
as well. I have not seen it at all.
Besides that, I also saw. I didn't see it. I read the continuation of Old Man Logan, which was really good. There's like a sequel
Yeah, I
story
love
that
that
happens
movie.
after. It's not the.
I
same.
love Logan. It's such a good movie.
It is a good movie. It's
Why do
like one of
you-
my favorite comic movies, but
Yeah.
the
Why do you
comic
keep calling it
is
Old Man
possible.
Logan?
Listen. Anyway, so in the story, I really like how they like build the world of like the supervillains got their shit together and they actually won, which is like really cool to me because like they're like for every superhero there's like 50 supervillains.
Wait, which one? Old Man Logan?
Yeah, Old Man Logan.
I don't remember this.
Yeah. Oh, did you ever read Old Man Logan? Like
Yeah,
the lore
I read
of the
it.
Yeah. Like the lore of it was like all the supervillains were like, okay, we're actually gonna work together this time and not backstab each other. And spoilers for Old Man Logan, by the way. We're gonna work together and we're gonna not backstab each other. And like they the only one you see is like the assault on the X Mansion, right?
Well,
And
that's
it's
only
the
because
best.
the Mysterio did that alone.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Which is like the best Mysterio moment of all time. Like that's the only
yeah.
time. That's the only time he's good. But yeah, they did that, and it was like all the other superhero villains like teamed up too. Like Red Skull teamed up with like I forgot who. It was weird shit. But everybody teamed up. Most super villains killed most of the superheroes, and yeah. But in the continuation of Old Man Logan, they go further with that. You get to see Emma Frost actually looping back around to that. She's super old, but like she uses her psychic powers to make everybody think she's like young and shit until she gets shot, and then like you see she's like an old hag. Yeah, and which actually brings me to she's actually shot by like a gang of people called the Punishers who are trying to continue like what Frank Castle did, even though like they're actually the villains themselves. Which I don't know.
Like
I feel like
his mentality.
I mean, I feel like Punisher is like an inch away from becoming a villain. Like really though.
No, I mean he's my actual favorite comic character. So,
oh really? Okay.
Yes, he's what saved me like from like giving up on comics, because watching stuff as a kid, I was like, these shows are cool, but it's kind of stupid that like
it is.
You deal with them now, and it's like, I'll see you again next week, Batman. Like shit like that was annoying.
And then he murders 50 people, and it's like, oh.
And then I watched the Thomas Jane Punisher movie. I think that was like 2004, if I remember right. And I'm like, oh, he's actually killing everyone. And like that got me more interested in him, and like it kept me in the comics.
Have you read Punisher Max?
Where exactly? Because there's a lot of Punisher Max stuff.
Okay, well, I like read the whole series. The main ones are like the first couple volumes, and then like the end one where like they actually introduce like kind of the larger Marvel universe, like the Kingpin
like,
and all that.
The first Punisher Max series was written by Garth Ennis.
And
then they made like two series after by two different writers. That's why I wasn't sure who you were referring to.
Okay, I'm mainly referring to the one where they like introduced Barracuda.
Okay, yeah, that was the Punisher Max series by Garth Ennis. That was volume.
I think that was volume 2.
5 or 6?
Wait, what?
Oh no, because the first two were like where fucking Frank Castle took over a Russian missile silo, and then everyone's pissed off at Nick Fury saying like, "What madman let the fucking Punisher into a missile silo?"
Oh, God. That was great. That was great. That I personally feel like that was like the weakest story in my opinion, because like I like him more when he's in the city doing his thing more than like in another country just like messing around and stuff. But that's a really good series, and I actually heard they're gonna continue it even more, and they're just gonna run it into the ground. So yeah,
Perfect.
You sound really excited about that.
I love it.
It's gonna be great. I can't wait to see Punisher fucking being mad, because like he's supposed to be super old in all the comics, because like he actually aged with the comics, which is something that's super rare. Can't wait to see him just complain about millennials and smartphones.
Shouldn't he already?
I don't think he cares to talk about that. He's too busy murdering to care about things like millennials.
I know, but I feel like it's gonna happen. I just feel it, man.
When is the Punisher
can't happen
just going to
because
become Big
millennials
Boss?
are writing the Punisher comics.
Wait, hold on. What did you say, Skylar?
When is the Punisher just going to become Big Boss?
God,
he already did. Remember?
He
might as well
go right in with that.
No, wait.
Remember he already did in that one comic where he just looks like Big Boss.
Yeah, I've seen it. So he has like the eye patch and the beard
and the mullet,
and he wears. I mean,
doesn't Nick Fury kind of cover that ground already though?
No, because he's black.
Yeah, but Nick Fury doesn't want to create another country where the soldier can be who he wants to be. I want the Punisher to create his own nation.
That would be such a fuckt place to be.
Punisher Nation.
That would be awesome.
That's literally the origin of the world of Judge Dredd.
Basically,
is that?
No, it's actually that episode, that short story in Kino's Journey about the country where murder is legal. But the only reason murder is legal is so that you can kill people that come to the country because they want to kill people. So the people
that's great.
Wait, what?
So like it's a country that markets itself basically like everyone knows about it. Like, oh yeah, that's a country where murder is legal, and so like it attracts like ruffians and like rabble rousers and stuff want to go live in this country because like I can kill people and no one will give a shit. And then so Kino like runs into one of these dudes like when she's coming down on the way into the country, and then she goes there and like she's in the country.
Wow.
Oh
wow.
Oh no. but who was phone?
Wow. All right.
Good lord.
What the fuck?
Give me a second. Let me just
Shit.
mute. Yep. Skylar is now muted for a little bit. So time to
Phone
fill
calls
dead air.
live on the stream.
Time to fill dead air, you guys.
No, you're not muted.
You fuck.
Now you're muted. Now you're unmuted. So
Okay. Well,
Okay.
fucking. What I was saying is that.
Going
muted
great.
again.
Going good.
It's great. It's great.
This is what you want. Real live, uncut, raw.
Only the rawest shit on the DADCast.
The point is
Okay.
that she goes to the country and it's fucking normal and everyone acts like a normal person there and there's like nothing weird. And then the guy that was coming in at the beginning was like, "I'm gonna kill you, random person."
What the fuck?
All right. It's like, holy shit. Why is the house phone
Fucking
in his
rip it
room?
out.
The phone is actually what we failed to tell the viewer is the phone is actually the fourth member of the podcast, replacing Henry.
It's the fifth
So-
member. The fifth member. Unless you're
fifth?
counting you and
Okay.
Claude as 3/5 of a person.
Oh god, that's what you're gonna go with? Why don't you explain
Mm.
yourself?
I get it.
Explain yourself
Anyway,
to
Doing
listen.
it.
I will tell the story. And I refuse
Yeah.
to be
telling black-
heard. And the guy's gonna kill a random person, and then a fucking like everyone in the town just goes and kills him because that's the point of the country is that the murder is legal so that they can kill bad people that want to kill people.
Oh, okay.
Alright,
That's kind of
cool.
interesting. So
That's a good series. People should read it / watch the old show.
Okay. So George, that was your week?
He was
Uh,
on Thor Ragnarok.
oh yeah, and
Yeah.
it just spiraled into Marvel. Okay.
Oh, wait, no,
What
you
else
read,
I did?
I'm just
Yeah. I also played a lot of Street Fighter. Bought some costumes. That was
yeah. All right, we're gonna
a
talk
mistake.
about Marvel later during the podcast because you and I have different opinions on Marvel, but continue.
Okay. And also, I realized that there is a certain type, I guess you could call it a cliche in film and video games and comics that I'm really not fond of. It's pretty much if for those who have seen Civil War, which is like probably the best known example of it, pretty much when a villain becomes a villain because the heroes, I guess for a lack of a better term, didn't do their job to the best of their ability, or no, failed because the heroes failed a little bit and somebody important to them died. So now instead of blaming the villains, they try to murder the heroes.
Yes,
So
that's actually the start of the Punisher kills the Marvel universe.
it is. It is.
It is. That's a great comic too.
It is.
It is. I love it. I also love the Deadpool kills the Marvel universe as well as Hulk kills the Marvel universe, known as World War Hulk.
So here's the thing. Here's where I stand on an opposing side of it. If it is like someone did not do their job and my family died, then it's like, okay, you know what? That's a dumb one to like, oh, I'm this supervillain because you didn't save my family. Like that's one thing I'm like, I won't argue there. But if it's like your direct actions cause my family to die, then I'd be fucking furious. And I would come to you like hypothetical situation. James gains superpowers and becomes Captain Cuck, right? So
Captain Cuck.
Damn.
So
Wow.
he actively does something.
He had that one ready.
Yeah.
No, that came off the top. I was like, what can I call him? And that one just flowed well. James does something and it ends up costing my family their lives because like he actually fucked up and got them killed versus him not saving them. If he did that, I'd fucking become some type of maniac. I would find his family. I'd do something to his family just to like draw him out. And I know his crippling fear. You know, so I would
Pun intended.
that.
Pun intended.
Damn.
So yeah, no, I would comfort him. Like shit would be bad. So I can sympathize with that, but I'm a horrible monster at the same time. So, you know, I guess that factors in.
I feel like Civil War has like both sides of this thing where I feel like they use this trope well in some ways, and then they use it really poorly in others. Where
I
it's
feel like they conveyed the. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
yeah, because it's like what I do like is when they lean into it. Because okay, so the thing with Civil War is the setup in the movie where like Scarlet Witch accidentally blows up the building with like she like pushes the bomb guy away from the marketplace, and she like hits the building by accident, and she like kills some people because it blows up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is stupid that they're mad at that because it was like is she just did you want her to not try and help people? The guy was gonna blow up a bomb in the marketplace anyway. So did you like?
Pretty much when a
did you
bomb
just
goes
More
off,
people would have
no
died
one
because
is.
she raised it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so did you not want her to do anything? That's stupid, and it was sort of just like casualties and that are like it sucks that they occurred, but it's like it feels wrong to punish the people for them. Like they actually like intentionally, like she intentionally put the bomb in the building because that was like I need to do that or some reason. I don't know. However, what I do like is that then they reference Avengers 2 and how there's that time where the Hulk and Iron Man fought in
Oh,
like that
God,
city.
yeah.
And like that's actually a good example of like using that trope in a good
That
good
would
way.
be.
Because
That
was
would
like
be.
that was like a thing that happened that legitimately probably had casualties that was like actually their fault. But then anyone talking about how like the end of Avengers 1 was like also their fault, and that's stupid.
That's
Or
No,
and that's something
saved
that
everyone.
and that's something that's brought up a couple of times. In Civil
Yeah,
War.
I mean, yeah. Maybe I should reword it. I hate when it's done poorly. Like when I see
okay.
it, it's done poorly a lot.
Yeah. I
Like-
feel like
like-
it's done poorly more often than it is done well.
Like in that movie, there's actually an example of it being done very well, being what spurs Black Panther into action. Because his isn't like I'm mad at everyone. Like everything,
Yeah.
anytime you see him do it, it's 100% focused on the one person he knew was involved.
Yeah.
He doesn't go
Yeah.
after all the heroes and fight all the heroes. It's like even when Black Widow was like attacking him to stop him from going after
Hawkeye?
after no, he was going
Bucky.
after
Bucky.
after Bucky, after Winter
Oh,
Soldier.
yeah.
Even though she was attacking him during that, like, and paralyzing him, he didn't strike her. He didn't even, like, he was pushing through just to get to them. Like,
Yeah.
he was done very well in that. And he's been shown to have a one-track mind on that. And it's like, no, I'm convicted of this. Like, I have no reason to bother with you. I'm not going to fight you just because you're his friend, but I'm coming for him.
The
which led into one of
the Punisher
greatest
is
lines.
just the conviction arc of Berserk.
No, is he? That's
All
not
right.
true at all.
No,
That's
no,
not-
no. He's the
Spoilers.
conviction arc because he is.
Yeah, I remember when he got that Bailet and became an Eggman.
No,
I remember
God.
that part where everyone had the plague
no,
and that it was actually Star Wars.
Let me explain. Let me explain. His conviction. Joe.
Oh, I know it, but that
Wait,
doesn't
how
mean
far?
the word-
How far in Berserk is the conviction arc? Because like
It's the second arc.
No,
That's the second
Okay.
no, the
All
joke
right.
is just the word conviction, guys. Come
But
on.
it's called that because the place they're at is called the Tower of Conviction.
Conviction.
I know.
Oh,
Because-
you mean
listen-
Father Guzma or not Guzma, but whatever.
Yeah, Mazgoose.
Mazgoose, yeah.
Yeah.
Doug
Father-
Unfunny out here.
Yeah, well,
Fucking Father Cusco. Whatever the fuck.
let me guess. You have a great personality.
The Emperor's New Groove.
The
in
Emperor's-
The
Berserk.
Emperor's New Bailet.
Ooh.
That would have been a
It's a-
great movie.
The Emperor's New Clothes, but it's actually he becomes an apostle.
Mm.
Oh man! All
And
right,
fucking Pancha is just guts now.
I'm okay
This is
with
great.
That would be fucking sick.
I'm okay with
I'd
this.
watch the shit out of that.
I really want to see fan art of Pancha just being guts now.
That-
That
that-
exists.
and then- and
Wait,
then-
that
It
and
does
does?
exist. That does exist.
Oh
'cause
god.
The when the meme is just right, that's Puncha, and there's one
yeah.
where it's
oh,
guts.
there's one of guts probably. Yeah.
There is.
Okay. All right. That's
But now,
good.
I want art of Llama Cusco being femto. That's what I want.
Mm.
He's in llama form and femto.
Yeah,
Damn.
and then what? Who's Kronk?
Kronk would just
Kronk?
be the big cat dude. I forgot his name. Damn.
Wait, no, Krunk can be
Kronk
was
is
it,
Casca.
Kronk is
Scott.
Casca?
Pippin.
Let's
What was
do
his
it.
name? The big dude.
Oh, you
Pippin.
mean yeah.
Pippin.
Oh yeah, Kronk can be Pippin.
I know,
He's the
but
only-
like low key, Crunk would be Rickard.
Yeah.
Like actually,
Yeah.
like that's actually who he'd be.
Who's the villain's name? What's her name?
Yzma.
Yzma is Casca.
Gross.
Mm.
No,
Yeah, it is.
no.
No one wants
Get
this.
that away from me. No, fucking
Get.
Poncho's
I reject
wife
your
is
lore.
Casca. Remember she exists? Remember she's a character that he's married?
Nope.
Oh yeah,
Nope.
the pregnant lady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pregnant
Yeah.
lady.
Oh yeah, she's
Oh,
definitely
that's
gonna be
gonna-
pregnant. After
Mm.
Cisco gets to her.
Please not like this.
God.
Exactly like this.
Yzma can be. What is that shit chick from the Conviction arc who turned around and ended up
Carnage.
joining
Oh,
us?
the prostitute.
No, not the
No,
prostitute.
how dare you say Jill's a bad girl? She's a perfect waifu. We're talking about.
No. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the young chick that like pretty much.
Fucking what's her name? Like
Oh.
Josephine or something.
Worst girl.
Like,
Yeah,
actually one of the worst girls of all time.
she's horrible.
She's right next to Aqua from Konosuba. She's terrible.
No, but Aqua is so bad that she's good.
No, yeah, she's in that ironic good, but I mean, like, actual, like, you would never actually put her as your best
Skylar,
girl.
how was your
And if you do,
week?
unfriend me on anything you have me on.
James, you can't escape this talk that we're having. Now.
I have to because we have to get to my week because my week is has a thing.
The
to
most
it.
important week.
It is the most important week.
I fucking
Anyway.
exposed myself to everyone else in Hollywood. I joined their
Yeah.
ranks. That's your week.
Yeah.
I became one of the Hollywood elite.
I'm gay.
We all know that
It's
already.
okay now.
Yeah.
You announce you're gay, and it's just like a symphony of crickets.
Yeah.
No, Claude, you don't understand. Saying you're gay in Hollywood is just now telling the Hollywood elite that you're down to touch little boys and little girls.
It's
Master-
code talk.
It is.
Yeah,
code
yeah.
talk.
I'm really wondering why Roman Polanski didn't try that out, and he just instead
Good
flew to
God.
Europe.
He just left the country. That's the second best option.
Yeah. What do you mean? I can't hear you. I'm all the way over here in Austria.
Whoa. Ooh. So Skylar, how was your week?
My week was pretty fucking uneventful.
Perfect.
I fucking have school happening too much, so I don't have free time to do anything. So I played some Guilty Gear, a little bit, and that game is still fun. Leo's good. Everyone should play Leo.
No, I refuse.
And aside from that, I've been watching a couple of seasonal shows in like my off time because it's easy to get in like 20 minutes of something, and then just be done with it and move on to do something else. So I've been watching. So there's 3 shows this season that I'm following. I think all 3 of them are great. The best one probably I'd say is Land of the Lustrous or Hoseki no Kuni, which is this like people are gonna compare it to Steven Universe because the main characters are like anthropomorphized gems, but the manga actually like predates Steven Universe by about a year. So
What
and
you're
then there's
saying is
also
Rebecca Sugar is a plagiarist.
no, because there's not even like that's like the only similarity that exists between them. Like besides like the only similarities that they have are like that the main characters are like anthropomorphized gems and that they're also technically genderless. That's the only things that they have in common. Hoseki no Kuni has more in common with like Nier Automata than anything else actually, because it kind of has like that theme about like very very long stretches of time pass, but the characters are still around and like stuff with like memory fuckery and stuff like that. So that's a pretty cool series. Super likable main character. She's the best. She's voiced by the person who played Kumiko in Hibike Euphonium, and if anyone's seen that, they'll know that her voice actor is fantastic. So tons of personality, great main character, great cast. It's actually done 3D CG animation, and it is probably the best 3D animation I've ever seen in anything that's not like a Disney movie or anything. Like it looks actually amazing. It's like
But it's not better than Berserk.
Oh, Oh, nothing can be better than Berserk.
Mm.
Cute that gif of Zod crushing the dude where he like phases in, like a fade in his transformation.
Ugh.
uh, yeah, it's like it looks incredible, and it has like a really good mix of like 2D for some things that would look kind of jank in 3D, like cloth physics and stuff. It looks really good, and I highly recommend that. It's a very good show. And then very close behind that, I say is a very different show that is also quite good is Girls Last Tour or
That's the good
Shoujo
one.
Shumatsu Ryoko. That show is also great. It's like super comfy, like super like touching almost, but it's not like because what it's about it's like there's these two girls that are like living in like a super post-apocalypse, like incredibly far future. Like it wouldn't even surprise me if there was a plot reveal about how they're not actually human because it's so far in the future. Like that
Oh,
kind of like that kind of shit. Like
that would explain the
shit's
character
been
design.
shit's been fucked for a really long time. And they're like, just trying to survive. It's kind of like The Road, like from the basic setup of
Oh,
like
I love
people
The Road.
trying to not die in a
Yeah.
post-apocalypse. But I'd say if you want to compare it to The Road, if you've read the book, it's a more similar to like the parts of The Road that are not sad or dangerous and are like more touching, like the parts where like they find like the lake where that's not poisonous so they can swim in it, or like where they find that like cellar that has like a food in it still.
That was a good scene.
Yeah.
The eats.
Um, yeah. And so it's just kind of stuff like that. Um,
How many
and it's like
episodes?
there's so they're all currently airing, so they all have about 6 at this very moment because I think both of them put up episodes today.
Oh.
Um,
It's still airing. Okay, it hasn't finished.
yeah, still airing.
This season.
And for Girls Last Tour, I think the best thing about it is that it's really like it's really comfy, but because of the subject matter and like the circumstances the characters are in, it's kind of like the touching moments in it feel so much more real than if they were just like in like a normal like slice of life like cute girls show where the characters are like going through a thing, but because there's like they're like actually like starving to death or like need to sleep outside and like just actually like trying to survive in this setting, that it kind of like the juxtaposition makes like the kind of like mundane like sweet moments like stand out so much more. And
I was gonna
the
say I also hear that like there hasn't been any real hints of it being like this, but like because of the circumstances that they're in, like the really nice moments together that the girls have has like sort of a sinister undertone to it, or like you get a sinister undertone because you're like
there's a couple of scenes that are like that, yeah.
where it's like, oh
uh,
man, I hope this doesn't end like
yeah,
sad.
yeah. And it's and it also just to speak a little bit about it, the show's direction also Hoseki no Kuni and Girls Last Tour both have this in common, that uh they both have really really good like cinematography and overall like scene direction for shows of their type. Hoseki no Kuni takes advantage of the 3D animation in a way so that there's actually like really like it complex camera movement. That's something that Berserk tried to do, but it always looked really tacky and terrible. But Hoseki no Kuni does it really well, and it makes scenes a lot more visually interesting. That's something you don't see a lot in anime is camera movement because it's hard to do. You'll just see like pans mostly because they'll have drawn a full background. They can pan sideways on it to show the full background. And that's something you see it like pretty frequently. But you don't usually see like 360 shots or like
360
perspective
no
shots and stuff
scopes.
like that. And Girls Last Tour, on the other thing, is like has this really good use of like scene duration and framing, where there's lots of I forget the fucking word for it, but there's this Japanese film technique where in between dialogue and like plot reveals, they'll do this thing where they interject shots of like background and like nature, like basically like breather shots, and you
Mhm.
see it a lot in like film. And if you've seen like Nichijou, actually they do it a lot in Nichijou, where they'll like in between like sentences in conversation, they'll just cut to a shot of like outside the school and like have like a butterfly land on like a stick or something.
Mhm.
And so Girls Last Tour does this, but it's all like shots of like snow falling, and like it has this like really it gives it this really nice tone, because it's all like bombed out buildings and
Right.
like stuff like that. It just it helps to settle the tone really well. And they also do this cool thing with camera stuff in that show, where there's tons of perspective shots where it's like there's a camera attached to something. Like there's a shot in the first episode where one of the girls, Yuri, shoots a gun, and it's like there's a camera attached to the bullet that she fires, and
Hmm.
it's really cool. And they do that shit like a lot. And so that show also has some really good like visual stuff. There's a moment in the episode from last week that actually is like fantastic use of like use of anime as a visual medium that you don't see very often. So I highly recommend those two shows. The third one I watch, a bit less of a thing. It's pretty good, but it's not like super amazing. Is it's called Children of Whales. I can't remember the Japanese title because it's really fucking long. Um, and that's like a show that's was picked up by Netflix, so you gotta have to like find it because it hasn't actually been put up officially yet.
Hmm.
Does it have a dub?
No,
No.
it it will have a dub when it's on Netflix because that's their policy.
Alright.
But that one is like it's like about a dude who's like a scribe, and he lives on this like island that floats. Like it's an island that's like not like attached to anything, so it floats in this like giant ocean of sand. The setting is pretty cool, to be honest. Uh, and the island is called, they call it the sand whale or the mud whale.
Hmm.
Uh, and they live on this thing, and everyone, or like 90% of people on this island, have this thing called thymia, which is basically ESP. But they explain that people that have the thymia, which are called like the marked, they all die at like 30 years old of old age, basically. Like their body like
Is it like
ages at
is it
uh,
rapid aging, or is it just
no, you still look young when you die, but you still die of natural causes at like 30
okay?
years old, basically.
Okay.
Um, and that the people that don't have it live like normal length human lives. And so they're kind of like isolated on this island. They talked about how they like don't really ever see other people from other places, even though they'll like find other islands in the sand ocean or whatever they want to call it.
Hmm.
They'll see like evidence of people living, but they'll never actually see people. In the first episode, obviously, anime story, they find a person, and then plot happens. Plot happens because of that, and there's a whole
Anime
thing with
story.
that character. Uh, it's interesting in that the series setup. It sounds like it'd be like a shonen thing, maybe, but it's actually like a shoujo manga that it's based off of. So it has this really like different like way that character relationships are handled that I actually really like, because the story like it isn't like formulaic in the way that like most shonen or shoujo stories are, but it still has a very shoujo sensibility about the way that it does character relationships.
Now,
But I actually
for
really
those not familiar, what could you explain what shojo is?
oh yeah. Okay, so um anime and manga and media in general in Japan is usually grouped according to demographic.
Right.
There's four major demographics. Shoujo and shonen they basically mean young girl and young boy respectively.
Oh, okay. So shojo is
And
young
those are
girl.
series that are aimed at like young girls from like age 1 to 12, and young boys that are like age 1 to 12. And like an example of like a shoujo series would be like Sailor Moon. Uh,
Hmm.
it's very, and then like shonen obviously is really popular. That's the stuff like My Hero Academia and like Naruto, and like they're all really broad and loose. I think the other two demographics are seinen and josei. Seinen being stuff aimed at older men,
Yeah.
and josei being older women. But seinen is it's like they're incredibly broad, and they're not as restrictive as they might sound. Like
Yeah.
for example,
Because
example I
the
was
age range for seinen is like men between the ages of 18 and 45.
Yeah, and
So
same thing with
broad.
Jose. And it's also like when you look at Jose, or sorry, when you look at Seinen, was the example I always give to show like how bullshit demographics are for trying to say like things are similar, is that two very popular Seinen series are Berserk and K-On! So
Oh, what?
Wait,
Wait,
back up. What?
wait,
yeah,
what?
K-On! Is the Seinen manga that ran in a Seinen publication.
How?
You want to
So-
explain that to some people here who might not know about that? Berserk people, enough people would know.
yeah.
K-On! Is the manga's kind of not good, but K-On! Is a pretty popular like slice of life anime about girls that are in a band. They form a club at the school, then they're basically in a rock band, and it's just like fun character shenanigans goofing off in the club room. Basically, the show is sounds super boring and basic, but
You're there
it's
for the character moments, really.
it's way better than people would let on. I remember for a long time it was like the punching bag of the anime community because everyone hated moe as a concept.
Oh
But
yeah.
I feel like there was like a couple of people that talked about it more as like being a thing. Like I think Digibro was like really big on like his Chaos' his favorite show, so he has like a
Oh,
whole
God.
video series about how the show is good, basically why he likes it essentially. And I think a lot of people have like turned around on it in the
Quick
last couple of
question.
years, especially because like
Hold on,
the director
hold
of
on.
it.
George, what was your question?
I was gonna say, does anyone here actually like Digibro?
Yeah, I love Digibro.
I'm okay with him. I like some
Oh.
of his content.
I don't watch any of his stuff really.
What's wrong with
Yeah,
Digibro?
like
he's
him that
kind
much.
of an asshole,
Well, yeah,
but
but I like
yeah,
that.
he's like pretty like I mentioned opinionated asshole, but he has some pretty decent content on his channel. I really like the like super long research project he did about Akiyuki Shinbo and his work in the 90s.
Yeah, that one was
And like
good.
and his stuff like that is pretty good. Like I like that kind of stuff. Like he has a video about how it's almost impossible to find reliable information about about like stuff in anime because nothing is documented, and that's a pretty good video too. That's something I actually ran into when I was doing uh, research for a project I was doing for school. So
But you couldn't find anything because nothing's documented.
because nothing exists, yeah, or like, even like I was specifically trying to find the interview that Ano gave to New Type, where he was talking about how Ava, like what it was originally. There's a really famous quote from that interview where he basically says that Ava didn't start out as what it was. It was supposed to be like a really normal show with robots that eventually became what it was because of the circumstances surrounding it. And I wanted to find the full interview, and it's like impossible to find. I found it translated from Japanese into French into English on this website.
How jank is that conversation in that triple translation?
Yeah, so it was fucking rough, and and it was like an unofficial translation too, so I didn't even know if I could actually use it for like a thing for school because it's like, can I even cite this as a source? Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
That's I like way off track. That was a really long non sequitur. Children of Whales is pretty good. Animation is really pretty. The animation in it is like fine as far as movement goes. It's not anything to write home about, but it has like really pretty art style where it's like pastel. Like all the backgrounds are like watercolor pastel paintings. And they like have like this really obvious like where they're trying to lean into it. They all look artificial, like pastel backgrounds. It looks really good, and the soundtrack's pretty great. And yeah, that one's pretty good if you just want like a drama with a cool setting and a likable main character and a plot that goes places really fast.
All right. So what are the three? Children of Whales, Girls Last Tour, and what else?
And Hoseki no Kuni, or Land of the Lustrous, is the English title.
All right, thank you. That was Skylar, our in-house film buff, if you couldn't tell, film and music buff.
Yeah. I'm the media hound man who looks up a
Basically.
bunch of shit all the time in my free time.
It's fucking hipster. So thank you guys for going along with the really structured week thing. I didn't want to do that really, but I had to because we have to lead to my week. Because what I did this week since the last podcast is oh my god, who the fuck is zipping and unzipping?
I don't even know who that was.
It was George.
George,
Wait,
the
what?
fuck?
What?
We heard zipping and unzipping.
Oh no, I'm not zipping anything.
Okay.
I
Great.
thought someone farted.
This is real.
That's what that was.
This is raw. This is how you know it's not edited. Anyway,
Uncircumcised.
Oh,
We
do it
have
live.
zero reason to edit shit right now.
so what I've been working on was the project I mentioned last podcast, which is the DD project, and I have it with me here today to show live on stream. So if I can ask everybody here to go on the stream right now to watch it. And I'll just.
Can you post a link to the stream
Post the
somewhere?
link.
Yes,
in
I
the
will.
chat.
If you guys check Sellout Fucks in hobbies. Check in hobbies. I'll post it.
Wait, no. Hobbies is like a whole section that
It's a
Sellout
category.
Fucks isn't in.
The Sellout Fucks is in hobbies.
No, it's not. It's in discussion.
It's
There's
also,
two different sellout fucks.
Don't worry.
Oh
about it.
fuck, that's confusing. Why is it like
It's
that?
super confusing.
I'll-
Because James is in charge.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Anyway, just check in Sellout Fucks.
Here.
For
That
the,
link's not even working. It's you would post.
you got.
Did you post it?
I did. I just didn't put the www part, so it's not a hyperlink.
You're fine.
www.
Let me check this shit out.
Well, now it's also still not working. So anyway, yeah, just put that in your fucking.
Yeah, just copy and paste it into your fucking.
like it's not a big deal. You guys are bitches.
James,
feel
you
like
didn't
this is
put
gonna-
the HTTPS. How is it going to work? Also, because I think it's because it's go.twitch.tv. That's why it didn't work.
No, it's fine. It'll work with that. And just to confirm, it'll do it.
The more time that passes, the less I care. What's your unveiling?
What do you mean? What am I unveiling? You know you know exactly what I'm in.
No, I meant I'm speaking for
the
everyone who
audience?
doesn't know. Yes.
Oh, well, I'm unveiling the Dojin Dan project, as it were, in which I review doujinshi because I'm an autistic faggot.
Who unironically
You
likes
said
slang
it,
girls.
not me.
So
We're gonna fucking unveil James's shit taste for the world all to see.
Yep, right here, live on stream.
Live on the stream.
Here for you.
So let me
Hold
let
on,
me.
I have to
it
look
was
at-
rumored.
Wait, don't do it yet. I have
I'm,
to look at.
I'm gonna say
fucking
I'm gonna
advertisement.
just everybody make sure they're on the stream so they can watch it. So
I'm on the stream. I see it.
Okay.
I have to.
I'm on the
I have it
stream.
muted though, so I don't hear myself talking.
Okay,
Yeah, same here.
yeah, all right.
Wait, I'm still looking at a shitty
It's
ass
just not even-
advertisement.
Playing for me. Whatever.
You'll get it eventually, I guess.
Yeah, I'll see it at some point in time.
It's so-
I know enough about the. I was part of the origin, so
Yeah.
I'm
I read the script.
you heard the script.
I heard the script twice.
Okay, it's working.
Okay, so I'm going to stop. Everybody, I'm just going to ask to stop talking. I'm going to put it on.
I'll just mute myself.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Wait, that's the wrong media source. Fuck. The wrong media source. Hold on.
What a hero.
Shut the fuck up. Alright, here it is. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Dojin Dojo. I'm your host.
Dear Diary, today was a good day. I've become a hollow shell of what I used to be. A whore for the corporate agenda to use and abuse like the piece of garbage I am. I tell them to be gentle, but they shill me out for pennies on the dollar to any pathetic schmuck that's willing to pay for my worthless body. I had such a fun time spending countless hours with the feeble consumer masses, all wanting more than what the pigs in the federal chambers could dole out to them. What a great day. Signed, Doug. Unfunny.
You're a dumb piece of shit.
James, I hate you so much. I can't believe you've done this.
You're actual cancer. You're actual cancer.
So if you want to watch the real Dojin Dan review, it's hold on. Let me go on my YouTube channel real quick.
It actually exists.
It does actually exist, but fuck all of you, because I'm not showing that on live whatever.
Nah, so live television, yeah.
I was actually really worried you would show
Mommy,
it,
I'm
and
on the
when I saw what
telly.
was happening, I just got angrier and angrier as time passed.
As it was happening, you got angrier. Good. All right. Okay. Now, hold on. YouTube's barking its magic. Because there is an actual review that I did. And it exists. But I wanted to fuck with you all first. And actually,
it worked.
You can actually blame Claude, because he's the one who gave me the idea for that. Because I wasn't originally going to do that. I was just going to show the whole thing.
Well, how about fuck yourself?
Take it to Claude,
I
man.
second that notion.
Take it to Claude, man, not me.
I third.
Fuck you. Claude, it was your idea.
It was my idea, but I didn't expect you to act upon it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like if someone said, "Hey, you should murder
Let's
your
kill all the
family so you
Jews."
can get the insurance money." You shouldn't do that, obviously.
What if it's like what if you just told someone that they should kill all the 11s, and then would you just go and do it?
All of the 11s? What the fuck are you talking about?
It depends. Where am I? What am I doing?
You're making dinner. I forget what you're trying. You're signing a peace treaty to make sure that no one kills the 11s.
Oh, the Japanese? All of the Japanese?
Yeah, so for anyone who's confused by this, he's referencing
Spoilers for
fucking
Code Geass.
Code Geass.
So if you want to watch the full Dojinshi Dan review, which I made on a particular Dojinshi by Mazone, you can go to my channel, which is Dojinshi Dan on YouTube. You'll know it from the pink double D's that are my user icon.
But not tits though. Just
not
no.
tits. Not
Just
tits.
2 D's.
Just 2 D's. Double
So
D's.
Skylar mentioned it earlier, but as far as what Dojinshi Dan is, it's basically a mirror into this man's soul and seeing how shit his taste is.
It's really not. My tastes are fine. Like, they're fine.
Your taste is shit.
Are they fine?
Yeah, they're fine.
I don't know if that's.
No.
I don't know if that's true.
Well,
Let's take a trip back in time 1 week to the last podcast where you confirmed you thought an 8-year-old was best girl.
I didn't say that.
You actually did say that.
I didn't know. I didn't say that.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No. Didn't say that.
No, you want to prove you didn't know? Here, I think this was the verbatim conversation. You're like, yeah, actual best girl died. Skylar says, oh, you're trying to push the agenda that I'm a pedophile, but you want to fuck the 8-year-old? And your response was, she was 12. That was it.
And then you just hear the police kick in James's door. It's like, sir, come with us.
Oh, shit.
And I'm wrong for liking Futaba.
You are wrong.
I
for
see-
liking
I see
Futaba.
That was great.
Futaba's garbage, but whatever.
Shut up.
Your opinion doesn't even matter. You even fucking play the play. You didn't even play the game. You fuck.
I do. Oh God. So
Anyway.
so now for our next bit, we're here we've got a new bit called.
Did you not actually do your week?
Oh no, that was it. The week
That's literally all you did. You made up.
The week was just
that joke.
The
Was the week.
The joke was the week. No,
Look
literally.
at our fearless leader, everyone. See, he spends his week making Doug unfunny and
No.
one actual Dojin review.
Well, yeah, the whole week was
on why
making.
slime girls.
The whole week was that Dojin review. I spent my entire week working on that project. It took a long time.
Did you draw the sprite?
I
thing?
did.
Yes,
I
he
did.
did.
Dojin?
Yep.
That's pretty hilarious.
Yep, he's got a bunch of different little facial expressions.
He gave him an O face. What was the name of that face? The one we were talking about before?
Did you give him an ahegao?
That was the one I was going for. Yeah.
Ahigo? No, not yet.
Ew, he's gonna have one.
I mean, why not?
Not yet.
Okay, so you were saying though the new segment or whatever.
It's on the spectrum where we talk about our political beliefs. So, George,
All
you're
right.
a known member of the Zionist elite and the
We're
Jewish
talking about
world order.
Gundam. Oh, this is fine. I can talk about Gundam.
and the Jewish world order. Claude, well known for
Wait, what?
Claude,
all right, fine.
Claude, well known for being a white supremacist, and Skylar's just an actual terrorist. He has a full beard. He covers his hair a lot.
That's it. That's all you need to be with.
I need to be a terrorist. Don't you guys know?
I believe he's actually a former member of Al Qaeda, but because they didn't have enough children to fuck, he went over and switched to ISIS. I believe that's the story, right, Skylar?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I have 76 whole children all to myself here in ISIS.
I'm really glad.
Just to quick mention it, when you said the new segment was called On the Spectrum, I thought it was gonna be an analysis of your life.
That's the joke. Is that spectrum is a joke for people that are autistic. And the joke is that I'm autistic.
Yes, James.
Yes, Doug, that's funny. We know.
Thank you. So, no, I didn't have anything for this bit. I just wanted to call Skylar a terrorist and George a member of the Zionist elite.
You could have been built up so much to call him a terrorist.
Why do you keep saying he's part of the Xeon elite? Is his soul not weighed down by gravity?
It's not.
Is George a new type?
No, George is part of the Jewish world order. They're called the Zionists.
No, that's called Zion, you fucking idiot. Zion is the thing from Gundam.
It's basically the
And
same.
even I have the only working Gundam. Thanks, James.
Anytime, buddy. What else are whites for? If not
I always
Gundam.
knew George was I always knew that George was a Char clone.
What a fucking asshole.
Wait.
All right, so now that we finished our weeks,
Yeah.
time for the actual podcast, what we are actually here for.
Yeah, now that we're in
Welcome, everyone, to the real Naruto Waifu Cast, where we go in depth on every
10-10.
Naruto waifu, one by one,
Yes.
one each week, and talk about their viability as waifu. This week number 1, we talk about 10-10. And that conversation is over because she's not viable.
Okay. Okay, no, I have feelings about 10-10. Give me
God damn it.
When she gets older, she's good. She's good though, even though
No,
she
she's
has
not.
shitty powers. I mean, by looks, not by character or anything else.
Get her out of here.
Okay.
Put her
The thing
in the
about
trash
10-10
can.
is that her design is fantastic. I really like her design a lot. And
She's Chinese girl.
yeah, but fuck you. That's rad. I like Chinese girl. Actually,
Fine.
there's a thing I remember because lore about Skylar that I was a huge Narutard when I was like in elementary school.
I was also a huge Naruto.
I think all of us were in high school.
Yeah, no, when I was in elementary school. In high school, I was far past Naruto when I was in high school, but I was super into it when I was young.
I had
And,
a Naruto
like,
birthday cake.
I never think I had.
kept the
Mm.
I forced my family to watch Naruto on New Year's Eve because it was the 100th episode of
You're a
Naruto.
terrible son.
Was it at
Fuck
least
the
dubbed?
ball.
Please tell me it was.
Yeah,
dubbed.
it was dubbed.
Okay.
Fuck the
All
ball. We
right.
gotta watch the Naruto.
Yeah, it was pretty hype.
Yeah. What was that even? What was that episode even about?
No, it was like a marathon. They played the first 100 episodes. Like,
Oh,
Oh
back to
god, how
back.
much did you watch with your family?
Like maybe like 4 or 5 episodes with my family.
Oh, thank God.
That's
Which
4 or
is
5 too much.
that's a lot.
2
That's a lot of
hours.
episodes. I don't know if you would know
That's
that.
2 hours.
Yeah, that's
That's
pretty
2
long.
hours of bad TV.
That's 2 hours of seeing some kid in an orange jumpsuit screaming constantly and running with his
No,
arms.
but it was the Gar episodes though, so it was fine.
Okay, those were solid.
Okay,
ones.
those are really good.
Yeah.
That makes up for it.
Anyway,
Slightly,
10-10.
it does. Go
10-10
ahead.
was apparently Kishimoto's favorite design when he created all the characters, which is weird. I don't understand why that is. And there's also that I don't understand that from the perspective that she got like no character she got no screen time at all. Like all the
No.
screen time she gets in the anime is anime original because everyone at Studio Pierrot really likes her for some reason. Like
Oh.
10 stars and so much filler in the anime just because the studio that animated the show really likes her.
What if it's pity?
Alright.
What's like we feel bad?
Yeah. But it's just
Like,
like she's just wasted potential. She could have been cool. She should have been like a foil for Neji more often than she was. Cause she was like supposed to be friends with him. And then they only like ever had interaction in like the tuning exam arc and then in filler arcs. Because that was what they were going off of. And then she just kind of gets nothing. And then
But did you have the
and then
Naruto headband?
and then Neji died. And then
fucking her screen time landed up in the trash right next to Anko's character development.
basically,
Mm.
like, remember, Tenten is even the first character to mention Tsunade. She mentions her in the first episode of the show.
Oh, fuck.
Really?
Wait, what?
Yeah, she says that she
That's
wants
insane.
wants to be like
Lady Tsunade.
yeah, she wants to be like Lady Tsunade, because she wants to be like a cool kunoichi or whatever.
That's
And so
foreshadowing.
They
folks.
just completely
That is.
forgot that Tenten was a character, and they
But no,
they gave her
Sakura
nothing.
gets to have the Tsunade training.
Yeah.
God damn it. Remember that episode? She had a whole episode where like her hair was falling after she cut her hair.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
she
I-
had to save
I
someone
remember
and
that.
nothing. Yeah, it's so bad.
Remember that episode where Naruto got beat up by an ostrich?
Remember that episode where
remember.
Naruto gets beat up by robot Naruto?
Yeah, that was
Remember
pretty-
that
That,
episode?
that episode
where,
has some solid shit. Go on,
Shut
George.
the
I'll talk
fuck
about
up.
that episode. in a
remember that
second.
episode where they tried to see Kakashi's behind Kakashi's mask? That's actually
Oh,
one of my
God.
favorite filler.
That's actually-
episodes.
See, but that's like Piccolo and Goku learned how to drive level filler.
Oh
That's-
God, that's
Remember
good.
that-
Yo, that was a solid one. But no,
That's good.
Remember that
So,
time
James,
Naruto
the reason-
sodomizes Kakashi?
Wait, what?
Naruto
What?
does the thousand
Oh,
years
you
of
mean
death.
the-
no, man,
Oh
that's one
yeah,
of the jokes
that's
you
the
read.
1,000 Years of Pain. Yeah. Fucking. Also, there's that episode they're doing like the whole Infinite Tsukiyomi arc or whatever.
Oh
where
God, I
Sasuke-
gave up before that.
I mean, I know about this via osmosis because I gave up long before this also. But there's an episode where Sasuke, it's like a whole universe where like Itachi never killed the Uchihas and they still exist, and Sasuke is still an asshole monster who left and to join Orochimaru, and it's like, why did you do this to him? Or like, Sasuke, you've now confirmed Sasuke to just be a monster. Like, it has nothing at all to do with the circumstances.
Well-
He's just gonna be a monster no matter what.
What is Sasuke's like reasoning to do that?
It isn't
He's a
even fucking have
ass.
one. He's a
Yeah.
fucking
It's
asshole.
horrible.
No,
Simple.
So James, the Mecha Naruto episode. The reason I mentioned there was one solid bit in this. I don't know if you know about this, but I legitimately enjoyed it. Was Naruto was getting his ass whipped, as per usual, and like sand just surrounds Mecha Naruto, and you see Gaara there, and he's like, "Don't worry, man, I got your back." And like Naruto's like, "Yeah, he's like, we won." And he was about to use sand coffin, like sand burial, and then explosions happen behind Gaara. Of course, it's blocked. He looks behind him, and it's Deidara there. He's like, "Hey, you fucker! Remember when I embarrassed you and my bird ate you? Like you were a huge bitch. Just want to remind you. Okay, bye." And then Gaara leaves to chase Deidara, and like the sand leaves Mecha Naruto. And then you see Naruto, like his face is in shock, and his hand in the sand burial position. He's like, "No, you just needed to close your hand and say sand burial. You just need to do that."
You just need to do that though.
Yeah, like that that whole episode.
Okay, bye, bitch.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh God.
Good God.
Clyde, I believe now is the time for an ad read.
All right, yeah. So, as you know, we've been trying to go out and get sponsors and whatnot. This week, we're sponsored by EA Games,
Yeah.
and I've been ordered to read off this first podcast that if we don't get 5K viewers by the end of the week, we will be shut down like Visceral. So please listen to us.
Oh, okay.
Please smash that motherfucking like button, alright?
Please. Like, subscribe, follow, retweet.
We have
read.
families to feed.
We're the DADCast. We have families.
Mm.
Oh, please. So not Claude. George thinks Marvel has a future.
Marvel what?
I do.
Infinite?
Yeah.
Oh, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah. we were playing Street Fighter 5, and this motherfucker goes like, "Oh man, Marvel Infinite is going so much better than Street Fighter 5."
Wait.
Fucking lies.
Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch.
Says
I
it has
said.
such a better future for it than Street Fighter 5.
I said that Marvel Infinite is gonna have a future, especially
You said it's gonna have more
even
of a
though
future
it's.
than Street Fighter 5 is.
When did I say that? I don't believe I said
Yes,
that.
you did. You said that.
No,
You said yes, you
fucking
did.
liar.
I'm not a fucking
Unless I
liar.
was joking,
No, you
but
weren't.
fucking.
You
No,
said that.
don't be a bitch. No.
that.
But
You
I was
said
saying that even though it might be too little, too late, that
Too little,
that
too
when
early.
the ultimate version comes out, it will still have a large fan base and a large following, or a good fan base and good following.
Doesn't have either of those now.
Okay, that's why I said when the ultimate edition.
Here's the problem with that. When the Ultimate Edition comes out,
It's gonna
Dragon
be
Ball
dead.
FighterZ will have already been out, and there will be no reason to play Marvel Infinite.
In addition, by the time the Ultimate Edition comes out, it'll be 3 years from now.
It's not gonna be 3 years.
It's gonna be 3 years from now.
I'd imagine it'll be like a year and some change.
Yeah.
Think of how long it took Arcade Edition for Street Fighter V to come out.
When did that game come out? Like 2015, right?
Yeah, it came out February 2016. February 2016 is when Street Fighter 5 launched.
2 years, kind of, sort of.
2 years to put in an arcade mode and then make some changes. Not even major ones, to my knowledge.
I'm gonna say 2 years for an Ultimate Edition, or even any new edition for Street Fighter or for Marvel Infinite. And by that time, yeah, DBZ Fighters is gonna come out, and it's gonna blow the water out of everything. Because it's a hyper fighter, but it's also an anime hyper fighter, and it's not just an anime hyper fighter; it's a Dragon Ball Z hyper fighter. It's got 3 of those things going for it.
It does. I never said that it's gonna compete with DBZ Fighters, though. I never said that.
Never seen a game have as much push behind it. Like I see Dragon Ball shit everywhere now for fighters. Like I'm like, huh?
They came
I
out
don't
with
remember
Dragon
any
Ball
other
Z
game.
shoes recently.
Oh yeah, the Cell ones, the Red Ribbon Army.
Yeah, they look like
That's
garbage,
cool.
but they exist.
I thought they were.
It's like Marvel Infinite.
Wow.
He's not
Accurate.
wrong. He is
Accurate.
not wrong.
But yeah, George was trying to tell me that Marvel Infinite is going better than Street Fighter V was going, and
So you're a liar.
no.
All right, let's hear from George. George, what was your actual
Active
take on
fucking
this?
liar.
Yeah,
I was saying that Marvel Infinite does have a future. It does, in fact, have a
You
future.
directly compared Marvel Infinite to Street Fighter V. You did.
Okay.
You said
I didn't say that it's better.
You said it was going to have a better future than Street Fighter V. You said that Marvel Infinite had a better beginning than Street Fighter V did. But
Okay, yeah, I did say that.
But that's also just not true.
That's super wrong.
Because I bought
Is
Street
it?
Fighter. Yes, I bought Street Fighter 5. I pre-ordered that shit. I looked at Marvel and was like, "Go fuck yourself."
I mean that's personal experience. But
Yeah,
exactly.
But
As
Marvel didn't even sell 900,000 copies. How many copies did Street Fighter 5 sell?
That's a little fucking lot. I don't remember.
Yeah, but how many are still active players? But
Quite a significant.
granted, it is
I
still
guess
the
that's
beginning.
different.
It is still.
We're talking about launch. It's
Yeah.
just-
Yeah, you're right.
My thing is that based on personal experience, when Street Fighter V came out, I remember that the Tampa community for fighting games is actually really fucking like a buzz with it. Like I actually went to locals.
I made a tournament for my school.
People were hype. Marvel coming out, you really only had a couple of dudes on the Tampa FGC Facebook group that were obviously Capcom fanboys that are I don't see what the problem is. Dragon Ball looks boring. Those people who the game has PS2 graphics. How do they like it? Oh, it's just anime is
Who
shit.
lied?
Those
Who hurt you?
Yeah, I don't know if you the people
Your
on
man in a
Joe's
Goku
Discord.
suit slapped the shit out of you when you were a kid.
Did a Goku cosplayer leave you? When you
There's
were like
people-
younger, Jesus.
There's people on the LI Joe Discord who are like unironically they'll go in there and they'll be like, fucking Marvel Infinite doesn't look fun to me, and they'll be like, well, what games do you like? And you say like, oh man, I guess my main game's Guilty Gear, and they're like, oh, your opinion doesn't matter to me anymore. Like as if Guilty Gear is like this the scum of the earth. Like it's not, like it's the shittiest game on the market, when it's like very obviously the best game that's currently in circulation right now. Besides like that or Tekken 7, those are the games that are acceptable.
I'd say Tekken 7 is the more mainstream of the two, but I think Guilty Gear would probably be the better one.
It's like those two are the ones that I'd say are like very clearly like the most polished, well-rounded products
Absolutely.
that are in the genre at the moment. And then like the other like niche stuff that I think is really good, like Under Night and
Skullgirls, very
and
niche.
Skullgirls.
Very niche.
You don't
and,
like BlazBlue, do you?
I don't know. I don't like BlazBlue. I think
BlazBlue.
BlazBlue is super whack, and I don't think it's
No,
like
stop it.
I can't take it seriously. Like whenever I want to play it, like I just look at it and it's like, man, everything is just so fucked up, and like I just like it's too much. Everything's too fucked for my.
Well,
for me.
here comes a new challenger because I got fucking George into the game this week.
It actually is really good. It's got strong stuff, man. I'm liking it.
It's
liking it a whole
fun.
lot.
And I can play it and it's fun, but then you get to a point with it when people know what they're doing, and it's just like you play a good Kokonoe, and then they just have a setup with the fucking they teleport setup with the fucking like gravity machines, and then they do an unburstable 8k damage combo, and it's like, what do I do? What I couldn't escape that. Or you have fucking
No
Iron
escape.
Tiger. You have Iron Tiger polarity shenanigans where he literally can time you out by having him orbit around him. When you can't do anything about it, you're just stuck in the air, and he can just time you out by doing the orbit bullshit. There's like characters that just have that shit all over. Carl Clover, good Clovers just basically turn the game into like a 2v1 fighter, and it's fucking awful. And I don't like it. It's too much. You have people that play Mai. I play Mai. That just win by just mashing the C button because her normals are safe on block. And
Oh
they're really
gosh,
big.
she's my favorite. She's my big favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, BlazBlue is fun. It's a good time to play. I almost view it the same way I view like party games, because it's just so fucked up.
Don't drop it down that far. Don't drop it down.
It's just so fucked up. But it's fun, like to have fun with sometimes. I think there are some characters that are really cool in it. Like I think Izayoi, I think that's her name. The Izayoi Tsubaki, the girl with like the book, shield, and the sword. Her design is really cool. Who else is in that game? Even I don't even remember. Like, Tager's a cool design, I guess.
No, his is a good design.
Oh, Hakumen and Susanoo are really cool designs.
Agreed.
And Hakumen is a really cool character also, even though he has really broken shit too. Like
God, his backstory is so complicated.
I don't even know it. Don't even tell me. I don't want to know.
You don't want to know it. I wasn't gonna tell you. I was gonna save you.
There's a Hakumen has a touch of death combo that's literally him just spamming the same moves over and over again. It's really funny. And like I think like Nine the Tempest is a good design, or what's her name? Like Nine the Phantom. Nine the Phantom. Yeah, she's a really good design also. Especially when you put her Eno colors on.
So this is something which, I mean, I'm not sure if anyone will disagree with, because like I do really like looking at the character designs of different fighting game characters. Even though I don't really play this one, the one I'd be like, yo, like in my opinion, they have the most solid character designs is King of Fighters, at least to me.
King of Fighters has like really good subdued designs. Like they're just people wearing normal clothes basically, but they look great. Like King and Leona and fucking what's her name? Like Victoria or Veronica, something like that. The boxer girl.
Oh, was it Vanessa?
Vanessa, thank you. Yeah, like they're like really, really good designs, and like even like fucking like Terry and Joe. Those are from Fatal Fury. And
same
like
shit.
Well, because there's the King of Fighters characters that are from other things, like Rio and Yuri are all from like Art of Fighting, And like I think King's from Art of Fighting too, actually, and like Terry and Joe and Andy and Mai are all from Fatal Fury. But like Leona and Clark and Ralph are from like um Ikari Warriors or some shit like that NES like Contra clone, which is that's really weird that they're in that. But yeah, they're like really cool. It's like they're like really good designs in King of Fighters. I'd agree with that.
You know what has really good designs though?
The Ninja Turtles.
Are you gonna say say Dead or Alive? Is that what you're gonna say, James?
Fuck you if you say Dead or Alive. Now he's gonna actually say it out of spite.
Who actively saw the Turtles as being a good choice for Injustice?
I think Injustice is like that's actually pretty hyped there in there though.
Yeah, that's really dope. I'm actually excited about it.
I mean, it's still
I don't even
cool.
like
I
Injustice.
just
I
think
think that game is shitty, but I think
wow.
I would never call it shitty. I'm not the biggest fan of NetherRealm Studios fighting games.
I just don't like how they feel. They just feel bad to me.
I'll agree with it. I don't enjoy how because I'm more about like the anime fighters, like to be honest, or like just the 3v3 hyper fighters. Like those are the big ones for me.
Well, I thoroughly enjoy Injustice 2 at my time with it, but I just thought they have so many other options besides the Ninja Turtles that they could have put in there that like actually.
Character?
Do you want like more like DC characters? Because I can see where we're coming from if that's how you feel about that.
I mean, yeah, DC characters and as guest characters, yeah, that'd be cool. But like, I mean, I can't really complain on that because like there are different like legal loopholes you have to go through to get certain characters and all that. So I guess they just did the best what they could have done with that. Why I'd much rather have seen a Spawn.
But
wait,
I mean,
what?
here's the thing with that,
though, man, Spawn would have been sick though. Like I can agree with that. I would have liked Spawn in there.
But like, here's the thing when it comes to that is like they've done 3 fighter packs, and I think with the exception of one, like the last one, like. It's always been like 2 DC characters and then a guest character. Like you're getting your DC characters. It's just pulling someone guest, and like it makes it look like they work as a like you're playing as one of them,
and then the others are strikers.
Yeah, they're like because Injustice has like the style thing where like you at the beginning you choose your character and then every character has 3 variations on their moveset.
Wait, what?
Yeah, have you not played like an Injustice or like? I think MKX had it too.
That's in Mortal Kombat. That's not an Injustice 2.
But I thought that was an Injustice 2. I thought there's like different variations on the characters.
No, they all. You can only. That's only their gear.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because I thought it was the same Injustice. But yeah, okay, never mind then.
Yeah. So
Fuck
like,
you,
what
Skylar.
it
How
could
dare
be?
you not know?
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Like it could be done a couple of ways. It could be like their character ability is to swap out which turtle you're playing as, and like that would be complicated because you're making 4 movesets for one character.
Yeah.
Or you could have it where it like works like the Captain Ginyu type character, where it's like they come in as strikers if you're playing one. Like I don't know how it's gonna work.
They should do it like They should do it like the fucking maids from Melty Blood and have you play as all 3 of them at the same time.
I don't know how that shit works. I've never played Melty Blood.
Or the maids from oh god, what is it?
Oh, from Dong Dong?
Dong Dong, yeah.
yeah.
Dong Dong never die.
Yeah. There's like those.
This guy doesn't know about
Poverty Fighter.
There's like poverty as fuck. Poverty Fighter, Dong Dong never die.
No man, that's not poverty. That's AAA. What are you talking about?
What if you saw it at Evo? Would you be shocked?
I would be shocked, but I would be happy.
I want Dong Dong on top 8, unironically, like on main stage. I want Dong Dong top 8 on Twitch on Sunday at Evo.
Because those people worked really hard for Dong Dong. That was like clearly like.
And then at the end, someone needs to beat story mode so that we can get a Streets of Rage 4 on the PSP on.
I actually found that, by the way. I actually found that demo. The project was canceled.
I know it was canceled.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what was canceled?
Streets of Rage 4.
Don't even worry about it. Watch the Scrub Lords episode of Dong Dong, and then just bathe in how amazing it is.
Mario is the best charge character.
Mario, yeah, the Metsu.
Mario is
like
fucking Mario is in that game.
Jesus. As like a side note though, is anybody hyped for that like mystery like Akira fighting game?
Yes.
Wait, what?
EX
Wait,
Fighting
yeah?
Lair. He means EX
Yeah,
Fighting
yeah.
Lair.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh my bad. Yeah.
Arika, not Akira. I got excited. I thought
Arika, my bad.
there was an Akira fighting game.
There
Like
would only
That
be
would
like
be
2 characters that'd be worthwhile.
exactly. And they
No,
just say their names loud over and over.
No,
It's
but there's
just
these like
Tiny
motorcycle
and Tetsuo.
combos.
No, there's already an Akira fighting game. It's DBZ Fighters.
Oh, 'cause
So
Akira
yeah,
totally
that
not
EX fighter, it looks really
yeah,
good.
EX Fighting Lair. That game
Yeah.
also that game looks like it's gonna do the thing like with like a. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna have the same deal I have with BlazBlue, but it's leaning into it so intentionally that it looks like it's gonna be like really fun to just goof around in it, you know?
You unlock a
Snyder
new
just
Gogi
straight up looks
and-
broken right now, man. Snyder,
Yeah.
he can just run at you, go invisible, and just god.
Cause the Gogi system in that game is super fucking busted. Like it's like the if you build up your Gogis, like by the time you get to like if you do like best of fives in that game, it would just be the fucking like the last couple of rounds would just be like everyone just like walking through like Dungeon Hadokens and like building meter by standing still.
So wait, so for the people who are listening to this who don't know the glory of the Gogi system, does anyone want to explain it?
Gogi. Basically, Gogi is like you get like a special ability meter. There's various kinds, but you can pick one. And they have different abilities. Like one of them lets you like release like 5 projectiles at the same time. One of them gives you like shit tons of super armor. They all have different names, but I unfortunately don't remember all of their
names are really strong. I'll look them up.
Yeah, please look them
know
up.
what they are.
Yeah. So yeah, like it gives you just really actually like broken abilities, like tons of super armor, building meter by standing still, like doing Hadoken, and you get like 20 on screen, so it becomes a fucking bullet hell game.
It's really fucking crazy. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, and you can like all these supers, you can like cancel into a super out of a super and like
That's
just
dope.
repeat it and all this other shit. It's going to be a big, messy, broken game, and I think it's exactly what the fighting game community needs, because it's been a long ass time since we've had a game that like intentionally breaks itself, and I love that shit. And I really can't wait for it. And I'm also excited to see Skullomania again, because Skullomania is great. He is a
Like
good
his
boy.
lore is what got me. Like outside of his costume, his lore was great. Because he was just like a car salesman that just went crazy, right? Like that was his deal.
Yeah, it's really cool. Honestly, though, like as cool as Skullomania is, my favorite design in that is Dr. Dark. Like Dr. Dark actually looks fucking cool.
Oh, my favorite is actually the wrestler dude, fucking
Darren Mister.
Darren, yeah, he's fucking great, man. His like, I remember in the old EX games, fucking his super, you could just continue it for like half the fucking game. It was great.
I'm really happy. I'm really excited to see all those characters again, because I really did miss them from Street Fighter EX.
Okay,
especially...
so I have the Gogis up, right? So the Gogi types. So it's that you choose your deck, right?
Right.
And so the deck names for your Gogis are Juggernaut, Infinity.
You can't steal Wooly's thing.
The Juggernaut Gogi, the Infinity Gogi, the Aggro Gogi, the Shinobi Gogi, and the Miracle Gogi.
Miracle Gogi.
And all of these have like things attached to them, like the Juggernaut Gogi gives you super armor. That's activated, and they basically activated by after taking 300 damage over the course of a game. Like the Infinity Gogi, gain infinite super meter is the thing. It's an ability called Rage, and it says use 7 bars of super meter through over the course of the game. He also gets guard cancels, which causes you just to block 30 attacks. Guard cancels are fucking crazy. You get there's fucking like damage increase the more you attack on the aggro one. So
Oh,
that sounds
God.
fucking nuts.
That's a
Uh,
fucking rush down like wet dream.
Yeah.
Oh, so much damage.
Become able
It's
to.
gotta be
So
great.
there's an ability that just gives you a burst.
Oh.
On that one too, which is fucking nuts. The Shinobi one, after dashing for 10 frames, after dashing for 10 frames, become invisible for 1.5 seconds. It's called
Ugh.
Ghost. There's a heart attacks. Heart attacks become guard breaks.
Oh,
That's
For that one
stupid.
also.
That's so
That's
stupid.
fucked
That's fucking
up.
It's gonna be
perfect.
great.
That's super fucked up. And then for Miracle, you get dude, Miracle Gogi sounds fucking nuts. If you maintain a full super meter for 20 seconds, you activate all other Gogi.
Okay, that's going to be fucking the top
That
pick
one's
because
called,
that's just not.
that one's called Overload, and I think it just activates all the Gogi that are in your deck, basically.
Oh, okay.
Which is crazy. That also has super armor. It has the burst. It also has So it's just like fucking looking at like infinity Gogi sounds fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's a little
This
intense.
is what we need.
It is. This is the broken game we've needed for a while. What was
so,
the
like,
last broken game? Marvel 3?
Blaze Blue Central
uh,
Fiction.
Okay.
Stop it.
Wait, it's
No, it's
broken.
fucking
What?
broken. There's a fucking tweet you can find where Breaker Dave, he was playing some Kokonoi player like at a tournament, and Mori, the guy who made the lead designer on Blaze Blue, like the Daisuke equivalent, was
Yeah.
sitting behind him, while he was playing, and Breaker Dave gets loses his 80%, 90% life lead to an 8k Kokonoi unburstable combo. And he says he turns around and looks at Mori, and Mori is laughing. He's just cackling right into his face. And it's incredible. He knows what he's fucking doing. He knows what he did.
You fucking broke it on purpose.
Yeah.
I taught him the wrong way on purpose as a joke.
Okay, wait. I've already discovered a fucking broken Gogi bullshit thing already.
Already?
Where I already figured
Isn't
out a way
the
to
whole
break the
Gogi
game.
system
Because
broken?
no, I figured out a way to break it immediately, and that these deck selects, these are all pre-made decks. I'm assuming you can make your own deck, right? Because it says that they're pre-made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you have Rage, right? The Rage Gogi, which is what allows you to have infinite super meter, and then you also have the Overload Gogi, which unlocks all other Gogis if you have full super meter. that would just fucking break the game instantly because you have full meter constantly.
Fuck. I didn't even
This
think
game's
about
gonna be
that.
great.
This is gonna be
great.
This is gonna be Hokuto no Ken levels of infinites and bullshit.
But I mean,
Paying
it'll be
people
like
to stop using your Gogi.
that clip of the guy where he's getting basketball to play Hokuto no Ken, and he pulls out his wallet.
He's like, please stop.
Please stop.
And he just goes, no. It keeps going.
He's like, all right, well, you're not dropping this infinite combo, and I'm going to die in like a minute. So he started taking selfies with the crowd. Didn't he order a pizza?
Yeah, someone ordered a pizza.
Wait, what the fuck?
Okay. Okay, so
how can you order a pizza? Like, it's only 90 seconds at most, or 99 seconds?
Isn't taking long to order a pizza, dude.
Yeah, but you gotta get the pizza to be ordered. I thought it was implying that the pizza arrived before the infinite.
Oh
stopped.
No, man, this is fucking
so consistently.
Rick and Morty shit.
If during Evo, anyone that gives a shit about Evo, we want to watch it consistently, the best part of Evo is always the side tourney and Evo, because it's just either bullshit like that where you have Japanese players coming in having fun, playing their shitty poverty games like Hokuto no Ken, and it's just goofy things like that, and then you get the Melty Blood top 8 at Evo last year was one of the funniest things I've ever seen, because it was just the character, no one knew what they were doing. No one played their main. They all just played random bullshit characters. Someone pulled out fucking Neko Arc in top 8, which is like bought like a joke character that basically played Dan.
Oh, no. Hey, what's wrong with Dan? Dan's a serious character. What are you talking about? I play him in Street Fighter 4 all the time.
If they played Dan, but Dan was like actually 2 feet tall and was a chibi cat.
So not Dan.
And like and the commentators were super sarcastic, like they kept making fun of the players and how they were dropping combos constantly. And in grand finals, the first game of the set, both players played each other's main instead of playing their own main. So it was just like goofy fun times were had, and it was really good time. There's a fucking bit I kept sending pictures of it where during the Under Night top 8, fucking they didn't have chairs. So like the commentators were sitting on the ground, and one of the commentators was dressed like a fucking Scion from Melting Blood 2. So it's just like there's this dude with like a purple wig, and it was really good. It was a really fun time.
I believe Claude was the one who asked me like where there's always a Melty Blood setup somewhere joke.
Like, oh yeah, like I asked the question, where did the meme or whatever come up? We're like, all right, just so people.
It's not a meme. It's real.
Well, no, I mean the thing about like, oh, don't worry, we got the Melty Blood tournaments held in the parking lot. Like, where did that start?
That's because it happened.
Happened like once, or is it a regular occurrence? Oh god.
Because Melty Blood tournaments, like they'll lose their space and then they'll be like, fuck it, we'll do it in like the bathroom. We'll do it in our hotel room. There's been a Melty Blood tournament that's in like a hotel bathroom. Or like the hallway. Well, like I think there's a time where they unplugged like an ATM to set up to have those other setups happen. Like
if I was like needing money desperately and I saw some kids unplug an ATM so they could play an anime fighter, I'd fuck them up. Like there's no way.
But then you'd be like, yo, I get next set though.
I gotta find that picture.
No, wait, Club. No, what you do is you play them in the tournament and then you win the pot.
You win the pot, exactly. There's this really great picture of a dude playing Melty Blood on like on a monitor in a hotel bathroom, and the monitor is in the sink, and he's sitting on the floor playing Melty Blood with a GameCube controller.
What?
and it's like one of my favorite.
Oh, God.
Like it's just so perfectly captures the community.
There's always a Melty Blood setup.
Strive to survive. We will never die.
Claude, where's the Melty Blood setup gonna be when your wife is giving birth?
Fucking in the operating room. We're gonna shoo her out we can.
No, the baby has the setup in the womb.
Oh god, that's so complicated. Like the baby comes out and is tossed the controller.
Yeah. Like, the baby comes out and he's already playing F-Hime.
What a casual.
No, F-Hime, what a tier whore.
Yeah. Put it back in. It's not ready yet. Come at me when it's fucking playing Neko Arc. Some shit.
No, it's gonna play Robo Maids.
The Robo Maids or whatever. I don't fucking know Melty Blood characters.
You will soon enough. You'll be involved in it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not my baby?
Next time you go to the bathroom at work, you'll see a Melty Blood tournament, and you're like, oh man, I got in next.
Yo, let me just take this. Hey, do I have to wash my hands before I use the controller? Because you guys are kind of blocking the sink.
Okay, so you guys, all right. Here's what happens. I want you guys' opinion. James is like one day he's like, you know what? I need to leave and pursue my dream. So James leaves, right? And we don't know what his dream is he's going to pursue. 2 years down the line, you guys go to theaters. You know, you're on a date with your lady or your man, whatever your preference is, and you're sitting there looking at trailers, and then a black screen comes up. You see a man, sitting in a chair, quietly looking at you. He says, "You know my name, but now you'll know my story." And it fades to black, and it says "Doug Unfunny," written by
Louis C.K.
What do you guys say to the existence of that movie?
Well, I guess it's time to set off the nukes. It's time.
Well, that was the DADCast, everybody.
Well, wait. The question is it me sitting in the chair, or is it just some dude?
No, you have someone playing the role.
Yourself.
Playing me. Damn.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt, yeah.
Or
No,
Kevin
no.
James.
The joke
One
is
of
that I
those.
don't look like Brad Pitt.
Have Ron Jeremy play James.
Oh
God. By that time, he'll actually be dead.
Oh fuck.
And-
Rob Schneider is Doug Unfunny. Oh, you said
I
Ron
almost-
Jeremy,
James,
not
know
Rob
that
Schneider.
I almost doxed you by accident just now, James. I want you.
Wait, how'd you almost
I
dox
almost
me?
just said your full name, and then I didn't.
Oh,
I did
James
say it.
Hansen? Who fucking cares?
Oh, never. Rip James.
I think I said his name in the trailer to Doug Unfunny, so
Oh, that's fine then. Don't even worry about
Who
it.
fucking cares? It's my first
In other
and
news,
best name.
A new Made in Abyss chapter came out, so that's exciting. Everyone can have.
oh, does that mean
Anyway,
is there a bug that's stopping progress in Dragon Quest?
No, his game is Splatoon 2. So get
his
it
name's
right.
Splatoon
He
2.
likes Splatoon, not Dragon Quest.
He's in between
Who was like
matches.
Dragon Quest 3 for Hunter x Hunter? That was it.
Yeah, it's Hunter x Hunter's Dragon Quest.
Jesus Christ, is there some bug that's blocking Hunter progress?
It's the fact that Togashi also just doesn't like to draw.
Right.
And is a lazy fuck. Even though it's kind of understandable because it is a lot of shit, but still.
And his wife made Sailor Moon, so he doesn't even need to work for money.
Really doesn't.
Oh, that the Louis case, the Louis
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 Yes,
Yeah, my favorite one.
that was a good bit. That was good. I like that. Oh God. Does anybody have any stories that they want to talk about or shill themselves real quick? Or...
I mean, well, we could do that one thing we talked about that, like with the crowbar and all that. And I was like, all right, I'll bring it up.
Oh, yeah.
Skylar would need to know about
that's
it.
good shit.
Yeah, we got no
Mhm.
Skylar's
All right.
opinion. I'll let
So,
Squad sum
Skylar.
it up.
What?
I mentioned to them before, but this a new person will change up the game completely. James, as the fucking backwoods retard he is, signed us up for a tournament. It's a 4-man tournament. All of us versus each
okay,
other.
hold on. That scenario is going to change it a bit because if it's my fault that we're in here, that makes me a prime target. No, that's not the setup. We are kidnapped,
Fine,
and put in a building.
fine. All right. You know what? We have our own death game. We are putting on our own death game for the 4 of us. The winner gets basically infinite money. They can just fucking jack off and quarters fly out. Like anything, money is not
that sounds fucking painful.
it's horrific. But all right, so we are each put on a different floor. It's a 4-floor building. The oldest one of us is on the first floor, and then it keeps going down. You are given one melee weapon of your choice. It cannot be bladed, and it cannot be a gun, of course. It's a melee weapon. The goal is we kill each other. The last one standing gets everything their heart desires. Like they're fucking taken care of for life. First off, what is your weapon? I chose a crowbar, and I think they chose like metal bats and shit.
I think metal bats are shitty.
I chose metal bat.
A metal
I
bat's
chose
like they're usually hollow.
like a pipe or something.
Yeah, they're usually like hollow. I think crowbars are hefty, man. I got a fucking crowbar.
All right, so you want a crowbar too?
Yeah,
All right,
I almost feel like give me a fucking like a. Okay, give me an ice pick. How about that shit?
Jesus.
That's bladed though, isn't that?
No,
Wait,
because
No, it's just the tip of it that's sharp. It's not a bladed weapon.
It's still in the
Alright.
same way that like a crowbar would still function like an ice pick with enough force applied. So
Yeah. All right. So, I'm the oldest, so I'm at the top floor. Are you older or younger than James?
I'm a year younger than him.
All right. So it would be I'm on the top floor, then James on the 3rd floor. You're on the you're on the 2nd floor, and George is on the 1st floor. To give a description of what the layout of the building we're in is like. Think about the office building you see Keanu Reeves in the first Matrix movie. Like it is just a cubicled office.
Okay.
What is your strategy? Because we have to kill each other. Like, actually, no one else heard this. So my strategy is I'm waiting at the top of the stairs. I'll wait for about half an hour at the max, but I'll bash anyone that comes in through the top stairway door.
I feel like the person on the top or bottom floor has a distinct advantage in that they don't only have to worry about people coming from one direction.
Oh no, I'm fucking hyper aggressive. I will head punch. That's why I said half an hour before I make moves.
What I'll do, I guess, is that I have to create, since it's all melee based. The thing that I would need to do is I need to create some sort of choke point that would basically force anyone to come to me in order to fight.
I had a similar thing where it's just put myself in a corner and just wait for them to come to me. Because
and I would also I feel like stealth is really strong in this scenario as well. And ice pick, I think that's a pretty good weapon. That's a one and doneer. That's a one and doneer. So it's not bad. You might need a couple of hits to do it. Crowbar pretty strong too. Those are fucking heavy things.
One solid hit will catch you disoriented enough where you're basically out.
Yeah, where you're basically dead. And so so it's all about the element of surprise. All about making sure that you have rigged the scenario to play out in your favor, kind of making sure that you can't be fucked, that things that you don't expect to happen can't happen. So obviously the variable would be in this case of more than one person stumbling onto you at a time. But but I feel like that would just be the best course of action would just be to hide and wait and be patient.
They gave me shit when I said put myself in a corner. So I don't know.
I didn't say it. I said I had blocked, because I said, all right, when we initially did this, and for next week, I'll probably think of one that no one else has heard, and we'll run with that. But I was like, all right, I'm going to wait up there for about half an hour. After that point, I'll get impatient. Because I'm a vicious asshole. So especially if my safety, my life's on the line, the fucking scummiest things I will do to survive. So I would have no qualms about bashing James's brains out with a crowbar. So when I go down the one,
hello police.
I slightly feel like he already has no qualms about it.
Possible criminal. we have probable cause of
ooh. Police.
So, 911? My strategy was all right, when he was down there in his corner, he wanted to talk to me. I'm like, nah, man, we're not talking.
No, I didn't say I wanted to talk to you. I said, if it's you and me left and this is it, I'm just going to kill myself. I'm just going to, because I'm not winning. I'm just going to, all right, later. I'm just going to go to the top of the stairs and jump or some shit.
All right. And then we talked about you probably cripple yourself, though.
Oh, stop.
Stop. That was my favorite part of it. Because the scenario was all right. He knew I was going to come for him, and George had already died for whatever reason James made up. And he jumps off the stairwell to try and kill himself. We agree. I'm like, all right, I'll let you kill yourself because, I'm not going to risk a chance of losing. He falls down the stairs, and he's still alive. He just, can't move. And then from the top of the stairs, he hears... just sprinting down the stairs.
And then he slips and falls and fucking breaks his neck.
Yeah, I slip and end up killing myself. And then he's allowed to live, but with what quality of life does he have left?
Well, with my infinite money, I guess I could just pay to heal myself or take somebody's body or
Listen,
some
man,
shit.
no, you're full-blown Christopher Reeves in this scenario. You are not coming back from that shit.
But I have infinite money now.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you can fucking fling yourself in the future where they can cure that shit. No,
I'll just steal a corpse or some shit. Whatever. I'll figure it out.
A corpse. Just Frankenstein's monster, that shit.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so George, what are you doing now in this new scenario? Because I'm still doing my thing. Skylar's making a choke point.
I'm doing my thing.
All right.
Cowering in the corner.
Well, since windows can't be opened, I'm gonna wait until I hear footsteps the floor above me, and I guess if they're because is it is the floor where you can hear the footsteps and know exactly where someone is with the footsteps, or is it a thick fucking base?
It's an office building. It's not like a wooden floor, so no, you wouldn't hear us when we're stomping about.
Okay.
That's the only way you'd hear us.
All right.
So judging by that, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was judging by you said you were gonna wait until you could hear footsteps, so you're not gonna go anywhere.
I was gonna wait until I hear a scuffle or footsteps.
So I myself, being the violent man I am, would go down the floor, meaning I would run into James first. My strategy on dealing with him being like, okay, he has a bat. Yeah, I can tank a hit from a bat. If I put my arm up, I can block that. That crowbar is gonna fuck him hard if he tries to swing at me. So I'm assuming that I'm gonna win that outcome, but I would probably take some bruises from the bat.
Okay. You know what? Now that you said that, I'm gonna say, because I know from what I can tell from Skylar, he is a logical man, and I feel like he knows that he himself cannot just take you by himself. So I would say a
He's got a fucking ice
truce.
pick, man.
Oh shit, you're
Like
right.
that's the most
Damn
worrying
it.
thing to me, the fact
You're
that he
right.
has an ice pick.
You're right. Fuck, he could backstab me. Fuck.
He knows he
I mean,
Alright.
that's like a truce in this scenario would be useless because it's like then like I'm gonna have to kill. We're gonna have to kill each other later.
You're right. You're right. It would help us both at that moment because Claude is military trained. So
I'm not with a crowbar.
No, that's an official U.S. Army weapon. Is a crowbar.
There's something
Nah,
called
yeah,
an E-tool,
everybody's
but it's
just
not
more-
that. But no, I
everybody's just
am
Morgan
aggressive
Freeman.
enough and dedicated enough to my survival where I will fucking super armor through some hits and just fucking like and James is done. James is ended. I'm convinced that that's the outcome for him. Are you moving up a floor to contest Skylar?
all right, no, because I forgot he had the fucking ice pick. Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna. Like I said, I'm gonna wait till I hear a scuffle.
All right, so what happens like if we all decide to just wait? Is there something that happens to force encounters? Because we all could just theoretically just sit in our choke points forever, like because like that Claude said that he would go head hunting, but assuming that that he doesn't win, like assuming that he doesn't assuming that someone manages to get him, then what happens? And when everyone else just sits in the corner.
Okay. So we'll say that in about like 5 hours, poison gas will start pouring through the vents.
Okay.
All right.
Now I already said my half-hour time limit, and I'm convinced about like his weapon versus mine versus my desire to live over his. I'm pretty sure I'm going to beat James.
I'm pretty sure I can beat George. Maybe Skylar.
Well, you didn't say you would go for them. You're in a corner.
Well,
so...
yeah. Oh, yeah. But I mean, if there was any other
get
arrangement,
that ass killed.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then like after a while, I'm going for James if I see him first.
Well, James is on the third floor.
Wow.
I have
I will target James. You cannot stop me.
Wow. All right. So at the end of the conversation, I brought up the awkward scenario of we have to be in the same elevator together on the way up to our individual floors.
But can't fight each other.
Yeah, we can't fight each other, so we're just cramped together. And I was actually being nice and I was gonna like say my last goodbyes, knowing full well that wouldn't save me, but I would at least want to say it beforehand. And Claude was just like, "Nah, fuck you." Absolute silence.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna talk to you, man. Our fates are already sealed. Like, there's no way trying to like just fucking rip the Band-Aid all off at once.
But what if I do the voice you like and I go, "Moisturize me"?
I don't like that voice. I like how it creeps people out, though.
I'll just be like,
no. If that's the case, I might be disqualified because I'd kill you in the elevator. I'd ask Skylar for his ice pick and I'd fucking end you.
No, you don't get the ice pick in the elevator. You get your weapons on your respective floors. They're just there.
Fine. But all right. So James is a non-factor at this point. I've taken some lumps.
Wow.
Because he's not as aggressive as me, and I know I can tank a hit from a bat versus someone taking a hit from a crowbar. George and Skylar, were you guys waiting? Or were you making moves?
All right, yeah, I'm still gonna wait till I hear the sounds of a scuffle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the way that it would function is that as soon as like time started to go down where things needed to be resolved, that I would instead switch. You said that it's like cubicled offices.
Yes.
So that is still conducive
That's
to
very
a
good for you.
sneaky approach.
Fucking Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. So it's like that's like a like I'm imagining like the scene from Indigo Prophecy where he's doing like he's trying to run away from the fucking giant bugs. And then that's gonna happen eventually. There'll be a big dumb chase, and then someone will die. It'll be really exciting.
Okay, so knowing that my bloodlust, especially after killing James, has blinded me. So I would walk down in there and I would look for you.
Jesus Christ. I feel like Claude just uses these as an excuse to talk about his murder
how he wants to murder all of us.
Yeah, what the fuck?
As soon as I start hearing like two people actually having a scuffle, I'm fucking booking it towards it.
Where?
And I'm fucking
Towards them?
I'm fucking
that's the
booking
thing
it.
is that when you're it's in your best interest to join the scuffle in progress because then they don't know what's happening. You could just like clean it up, you know.
Yeah. The problem is when you're halfway up the steps and then the scuffling stops.
Yeah. So here's the problem. It's like the two
Right.
things on that. One, fights don't last that long, especially with weapons. So you sprinting from a lower floor to another one is hard enough. The second is that his strategy hard counters mine, where I'm walking around actively looking for him and he's waiting in the cubicle. Like by the time he saw my head, he would just need to jump forward with his little ice pick. Like I'm gonna give that win to him because he's playing it smarter than I am at that point.
All right. Well, when the scuffling stops, then like
It's not even scuffling. He'll fucking stab my head. Like this shit's done.
fucking all right. Well, when the sound stops, so do I.
I mean, that's even implying it where you'd even hear it. Like
You'd hear a thump. You'd probably hear a thump for him falling or his weapon falling. You definitely.
maybe that's fair.
Yeah, the weapon.
But I mean,
the
also
crowbar
it's like
would.
this is a fucking building though. Like if you're on a different floor, do you hear like someone like drop a notebook on the floor above you or some shit? Like it's not that loud. I'm not firing a gun or anything.
Or are you?
Maybe I am. Maybe that's my secret is I actually have a gun.
Jesus Christ.
Skylar sucked dick to get a gun.
All right, okay.
Whose?
What
James
if
gets angry in the corner. I sucked it for free. Why does he get a gun?
Okay, what if in order to encourage people to move around, there's a gun hidden somewhere in the building?
Oh God!
Jesus, that's a whole nother.
Yeah, because
That's a whole
that
nother
changes up
thing.
the dynamic a lot. Because then whoever finds that gun has a huge fucking advantage.
So that would change up my tactic in that I wouldn't wait half an hour. I wouldn't even check my floor. You guys would be out actively looking for that gun, I'd assume. So I'd be looking
Yeah.
for the people when I heard someone looking through shit, and I'd fucking come up behind you with a crowbar. Like that. That brings me back in with a new level of danger.
Jesus.
At that point, like it kind of depends on who has the gun. Like if James gets it, I feel like he'll end up killing himself before he kills you.
No, I mean I'm a really good shot. If I have a gun, you're all dead. You will all die.
You know
Why-
that scene in
why
what was it,
James
World War
is a
Z?
good shot?
I hit bullseyes at 30 yards, bitch. Fucking, you're all going to die if I. Get a gun.
you were in R2C. I forgot. I was on.
Wait, what?
Not even that. I just have a lot of like.
Well, I was wondering when
handling
you
gun.
would have tested this accuracy that you have.
Because my stepdad and I go to the range very
Okay.
often.
That's fair.
Okay, so like what kind of gun? Is it like just a pistol? Standard
Yeah,
pistol?
yeah.
Right?
No,
fucking
it's a
Glock.
fucking AR-15.
Fucking RPG.
You got
Let's
a nice
go.
PP40.
It's just the Dragon Slayer. The Dragon Slayer's hidden somewhere in the
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, but
yeah.
okay, but that would be literally useless. That sword weighs like 400 pounds. That's like the
That's
thing.
more than any of us gonna use
Someone
We
did
all
the
have to
math.
band together to use the sword.
on each other.
Someone did the math on the Dragon Slayer to see, like, theoretically, you know, if it was built out of like, you know, like tempered iron and how heavy it would be, basically. And said based on its dimensions and what the material it probably would have been made out of, that it would have weighed around 400 pounds, which means because of the way like physics works, that Guts literally would be incapable of wielding it because you can't lift something that's heavier than you. Like you can't swing something. You can't swing something that's heavier than you are, basically. it would be like Gus would be swinging himself around the sword. Basically, was what it would look like.
Yeah.
Good God.
That's a goofy image.
Yeah.
Good God.
Good God,
Anyway.
Lemon. Huh. Well,
Yeah,
now
so to avoid the gun thing, because just to streamline it, since the gun would bring a whole different dynamic, it is now just Skylar versus George. What is
Okay.
the outcome now?
All right. Well, after I hear the scuffling has stopped, I'm stopping, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Okay. I'm still gonna enter the room, but
Sure,
it
you're
depends
now
on where I
outside.
heard it depends on where I heard the fall. If it's like further away from me and like further away from the entrance, then I'll still enter the room. If it's like really close, then like think I might fall back some.
Because it's like, just at this point, it would just be like, since we both have a very similar approach, it would just be whoever makes a mistake and gets too bold is the one that would die, basically.
And just to push that forward, let's say that he does wait, and you are at the point where there's 5 minutes left before the poison flows in.
So then, yeah, that would be the time where you would get bold, I guess. Well, it's like if he's waiting on his floor, then I guess the
Well,
strategy
you don't know where.
would-
Well, you do know it. Well, you
Well, yeah,
don't know if he
'cause
went past
he's
your
just
floor.
saying, right. The strategy would obviously be to create some sort of misdirection, like, you know, like make a noise or something that implies one
I mean-
thing, and
Yeah.
then do the other thing, and then that
I mean,
would-
I'm already gonna know since you're on the second floor that the person on the third floor is already dead, or in the fourth floor is already dead since they're on the
Right.
second floor. So if
But
you
then,
make a
like,
sound,
you could say like noise also could imply movement though. Like if I make a noise, you like that could be like, I don't know.
I'm
like,
not. Nah, no, fuck that. I'm not going for that. Nah.
says the man who was already like prepared to like to move on.
Yes,
just
that's when
a
there's
scuffle.
two people. Like if it's just one person and I know it's one person, then I already know that they can just misdirect me and then like fuck me up. No.
You are now at 2 minutes.
Okay.
So it's so.
All right. Wait, quick question. How flimsy are the cubicles?
They're not flimsy exactly, because I mean, like with enough force they could be knocked down, but they're fairly sturdy.
Yeah, they're like
Okay.
Cubicles in office buildings are typically like bolted down to the floor.
Yeah, they're made of like the same kind of thing that like caulk boards are.
Yeah,
That's a weird
Okay.
word to say.
cockboards.
Okay.
He says.
Shit.
1 minute.
Well, at this point,
Fortune favors the bold.
Okay, what weapon does he have again? I forget.
He has a
I have a
bat.
pipe. Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. He has a pipe, sure. So he has a length advantage on the weapon for me, right? So we're just basing on this on weapon. So at this point, it would just be that I would need to force a scenario in which case the range of his weapon would be not effective to him. So I would just try to rush in and get really
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, that's what you
And
do. And keep your
yeah.
head ducked.
Yeah. Keep your head down because blows to the head with a pipe or what would fucking get you down, and then get up real up in his face.
All right. So wait, am I still? Well, oh my bad. Go ahead.
Because at this point we both need to kill each other, and there's really no
Yeah.
point in waiting it out. So I would assume that you'd at least be like coming for me as well. So if in that case, I'm just assuming that there would be some sort of hand-to-hand encounter that would occur.
Okay.
In which
Well,
case,
I
my
was
strategy would
actually
be to negate the weapon
Yeah.
advantage with length.
okay. What I would actually do is since I know, is it like saying that there's like 1 minute left, or is it like?
Yes.
There's
Okay.
a loudspeaker like it's like, all right, you are now at 2 minutes left.
Okay, I feel like at that point somebody would make the first move, and I'm definitely not making the first move because with his weapon, it's like an easy one and done. And like if I die, it's like I might as well take him with me. So I'm
Wait,
not
what?
moving at
Wait,
all.
what?
Because he's saying that he doesn't want to engage me because
You'd
he's
risk
at a
the poison?
disadvantage with
You
the things.
both?
He would just rather we both die via poison.
Because like if he like gets the jump on me, it's over. Like it's really nothing that I can
I love
do.
this. I'm
So
gonna
my
die
best
on
bet-
my terms and bring you down with me versus fight for my survival.
Yeah, it's like fuck it. I'm gonna like this wild should attack against me. You're gonna fucking die too, bitch. I'm gonna hide till the end, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Is this better
Lay
or
it out like
worse?
cross Tekken in real life.
Is this better or worse than my suicide technique?
Jesus.
Because
But
Claude is because
okay.
George is also just killing himself. He's like,
But-
no,
Okay.
I'll just hold my breath.
That's true. I'm not even gonna argue that.
He's I'm just gonna hold my breath.
So,
That's what George is
are
gonna
you?
do.
So, with that being said, I guess the conclusion of this is that we are all hard fucked. No one survives this death
we
battle.
all die. We all die. George kills us all via poison.
Basically, George wins. George wins.
Does he though? He has the moral victory, but he doesn't win.
Yeah. No one wins. It's like it's basically a shit that you didn't win.
Yeah, you
is
didn't
what it
win.
is.
You didn't win. Oh god.
Hold on. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. We have anything else left, or is that like the end for us?
I think that's about it for the
I
DADCast.
think that should be about it.
Anybody want to shill their stuff?
I got
Plot?
nothing going on happening personally.
Plot?
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, for on my end, once again, the weekly webcomic comes out every week. I pushed it to publishers recently, so hopefully that goes somewhere. But if not,
I can't
it's
wait
still
to
gonna be on.
pirate it. I can't wait to pirate your free webcomic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then get a public physical copy of it, and then pirate that. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, so that's what I have going on. If you didn't hear it from the last podcast, it's a story about a supervillain with the goal of world conquest. The name of the story is War. It can be found at tapis.io, and it will be in the description below.
Yes. Everybody make sure to check the description below, even though this is currently a live recording. So,
No one's listening to this shit live. You know it.
Yeah, I know. Oh man.
Oh.
I don't believe anybody
Depression
else.
sets in.
I don't believe anybody.
So
else.
it's confirmed that nobody wins, everybody loses.
Yeah,
Yes.
Confirmed.
because George is a bitch.
Ah.
It's because George is a bitch. George.
If it was,
I was too aggressive.
like-
James couldn't beat me. And
Okay,
well,
'cause-
me being too aggressive got me killed, and then you hid.
yeah, because if
both
it
you
was
and
like
Skylar.
a different way, because like I don't know Skylar that well, so I don't know his movements and all that. Like I could go for James first because I know I could take him, but
That's
you two,
bullshit. You could
I
not
don't
take
know.
me. I would
Bet.
beat you. I
Bet.
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 Meet me in an abandoned office building, 3rd floor.
Let's do it. Skylar will supply the poisonous gas. It's time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my function.
Thank you for listening to the DADCast. You can find the DADCast at youtube.com/dojindan or dojinshi dan rather. Thanks for listening, everybody, and have a good night,
Goodbye.
bitches.